flip fast like a Jersey breeze. Jennifer Morningstar's got the keys. Black nails slash, she's dealing fate. Pull your card now, it's checkmate. Spreads on the table, moonlight glow. She's got that vibe, you already know. Best collective, stars aligned. Future's calling, no decline. Shuffling truth, her hands don't lie. Every flip's a spark in the night sky. Tarot queen, what's my scene? Jennifer's got the in-between. Black nails, bold tails. Best collective never fails. Tarot queen, what's my scene? Jennifer's got the in-between. Black nails, bold tails. Best collective never fails. Short, she's Jersey's finest. Tongue cuts quick, her wit's the brightest. Pull a card, watch your world unfold. Mystic vibes, fearless, bold. Deck in her hand like a mic on stage. Life's a story, she's the sage. From cups to swords, she knows the game. Morning star's the name, fate's her claim. Shuffling truth, her hands don't lie. Every flip's a spark in the night sky. Tarot queen, what's my scene? Jennifer's got the in-between. Black nails, bold tails. Best collective never fails. Tarot queen, what's my scene? Jennifer's got the in-between. Black nails, bold tails. Best collective never fails. What's my scene? Jennifer's got the in-between. Black nails, bold tails. Best collective never fails.
Hello, my loves, and welcome to your reading. Now, before we get started, please do remember that energy is interchangeable. So feel free to take messages, flip them, twist them, reverse them, however you see fit. If it doesn't fit, please do not try to force it. Just feel free to check your chart and check your other placements. Past, present, or future, you tell me, as time is fluid and we are all on different timelines. And as always, please do remember that these readings are for entertainment purposes only. If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button down below. It helps me to continue this free content, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Do that for me and your other content creators you like to consume. Comment down below as you see fit. If you'd like to book a private reading, get them in while you can. They're only going to be open for about 2 more weeks, and then they're done. They are going off the shelf for, might be for good. Mini reads are open for today. The link is pinned in the chat. Those are on their way out too. So if you want a mini read, the link is there. Get them while you can. With that said, let's get on with it. Hey, Kim, happy Easter, sweetheart. All right, this is going to be what you don't see coming in love. So let us begin. We're going to go through all signs, starting with Aries and working our way through Pisces. All right, let's see if I can find it. There we go. All right. Hey, Conchetta, happy Easter, my love. Hey, Kelly, happy Easter, sweetheart. All right, my loves, starting off with Aries. Don't forget, smash that like button. 9 people in the room, 5 likes. It costs you $0 to just smash that like button. If you want free content and continue, you have to do your part. This is an equal energy exchange. If you're not giving the energy, y'all aren't going to get the energy. Hence, you notice I've cut down a lot on the content, you know. Also, members, tomorrow I will be going live in the members arena, so feel free to join me over there. We're going to do a read for you guys specifically. Make sure to smash that like button if you want content to continue. All right, what do we have going on for Aries and first house? Oh, start off with this deck. All right. What does Aries and first house placements, regardless of sign it sits, what do they not see coming in love? I got that song, The Game of Love, 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 love. The purpose of a man is to love a woman, and the purpose of a woman is to love a man. So come on, baby, let's start this game. Come on, baby, let's play the game of love, love. That is a fucking throwback. Ooh. Now here, one of the reasons that that song is like embedded in my brain, there was this movie back in the day, 80s movie, not the Amanda Bynes movie where what did Amanda Bynes do one where it's like it's not She's the Man, right? No, that was the one with the man. There was this movie back in the day where this chick, I think she was like doing like a news column or some shit like that or something in college where it comes to a column, and she was basically talked down because she was a female, so she wanted to prove it. I think it was one of the guys, right? So there could be something pertaining to a connection, but it because she fell in love with the dude, and the dude thought she was a dude, you know? So there could be something pertaining to being friends with someone and falling in love, but it's almost like there's something pertaining to a form of false pretense, unless if someone's coming through under the guise of friendship. Meanwhile, it's something more. That's an old one. That was a good movie, though. No, wait. Lies. That song wasn't from that one, it was from another one. It was reversed though. But you see, it's the same premise. Instead, all right, that's right. That song I saw not in that movie, but another one, but it was the same premise, only it was a guy pretending to be a girl, and he was like playing tennis and shit like that, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, fuck, whatever happened to that dude? He used to be really popular back in the day. But it's the same premise. Only it was gender swap, where it was a guy pretending to be a girl. And then I think he fell for a girl who thought that he was a girl. But you see what I'm catching? You see what I'm tossing? How I'm getting these drawn to specifically to a type of thing. So there could be something pertaining to a form of false premise, a connection that starts off under a false premise at first, where it comes off under one thing, but it's a bit of a rouge. It's not really what it seems, and yet it turns into something more. I don't know. So like someone could have lied about something, where someone could like come in under a false pretense only for it to kind of backfire, because now it's like, oh shit, I didn't expect this, but how do I let this out? Hey, enjoy the journey. Hey, Brittany. Yeah, there was the other one though. I don't remember what the other one was called though, but it was a guy. Um, the guy was really popular. The guy had like dirty blonde hair, blue eyes, cute. I forget what his name was. He kind of faded out by the time the 90s came. Like he really kind of faded out of the movies. I mean, you see him in things once in a while, but all right. So that can be that's channeled. So I don't know if it's going to resonate with the tower, but that could be for someone, because that's very specific. So this could even be like, say, if you're dealing with a guy or if you're dealing with a girl, there's something where there's a form of false pretense because both are the same, and yet it's just different gender swap, but the premise is the same. Literally same hand and toe. Uncharted territory. I feel called to take it. Attended garden. Unlock. Look. Wow. Okay, so uncharted territory, attended garden, unlock new insight. This feels like there could be something pertaining to a connection that is already there, right? With attended garden and uncharted territory to the unlock new insight. It's almost like oh my God, that goes with that form of realization. Oh my God, I have these feelings, but it's also like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. I've never been in a situation like this before. I've never felt like this before. Could even be something like that. Because now I'm even hearing Faith Evans. I never knew there was a love like this before. All right. Your overall energy. Two of Wands, Nine of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. What you can expect. Page of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Three of Cups. See, there's that friendly energy. Possible outcome. King of Swords, Temperance, the Two of Cups. This is like, are you in, are you out? So This feels like it could go a couple of ways. It's all dependent upon the action one takes, right? Um, for some of you, this could be you. Perhaps you went towards a connection under one premise and then it transformed into another, and there's a sense of feeling like you have to hide it. Or perhaps there was something there when moving towards a connection, but you still proceeded forward under some form of false premise. And now you feel like caught in a predicament because it's almost like, oh my God, what do I do now? Because now I've set it up to be like this, and it's like, oh my God, but it's really this, you know? Your energy, Two of Wands to the Nine of Wands to the Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, this is you on the fence pertaining to taking a form of action for something. If you're the one on the fence where it's like, but you don't know what to do, you're trying to figure out what to do. Now, for others of you, you could feel a little bit on guard where, you're not sure what to make of a situation or to make of someone. This could be like, maybe you're kind of feeling like, you can feel like someone has an energy towards you, but you're not sure what to make of the energy, right? It's almost like it could kind of, the energy could be saying one thing, but the actions could be saying another. It's mixed signals, mixed in, it's like crossed in translation, right? Some of you could be dealing with another Aries or someone with strong first house. What you can expect, Page of Pentacles to the Seven of Wands to the Three of Cups. Well, I mean, that's really all dependent upon the actions one takes, truly. I feel like there is literally a connection. We have this pentacle energy, and this card alone even gives that sense of pentacle energy, right? I feel like there's something that is literally around you, right? But the thing is, there is overcoming a form of obstacle within the way where it's an obstacle that it's someone under the false pretense of, friend. Meanwhile, they really wanted more, or now they're feeling kind of caught because now they caught feelings, right? It's like, what do I do, right? Um, for some of you, this is you pertaining to someone. For others, this is someone pertaining to you, but you have to take it however it resonates. But what to expect, it's really all dependent upon the actions one takes. If someone decides to, say, you know what, I'm just going to step forward, I'm just going to show up and say it, present myself. It feels like it would be well received. Whomever is, again, I don't know if it's you or them, take it however it resonates, but this feels like someone who's already around you, or you are in fact already around, right? But this feels like if someone is willing to take that step, right, overcome this challenge, it feels like it could be met with a positive outcome, right? It's almost like if someone's holding back because it's like, well, no, I've spent too much time, coming under this pretense, and how would I look if all of a sudden I said this or that, and then it's like, what do I do, right? Decisions. Outcome, King of Swords, Temperance to the Two of Cups. Again, the outcome is truly dependent upon the person and the actions that are taken, right? King of Swords is the man with the plan. At the same token, with that Temperance dead in center, this is a form of, are you in or are you out, right? Because King of Swords can also be a bit of a prick who's going to hold himself back and just try to detach from the situation, much as there's something there. Two of Cups, right? So again, it feels like there is a potential for something because it feels like it's mutual in the energy, right? It feels like it would in fact be reciprocated, but at the same token, it depends on someone deciding whether they are in fact in or out. Are they going to do this, or are they going to just basically keep it to themselves, right? Like, the types where it's like they have, like, you see it in the movies all the time, they've loved them for years and they never told them, right? And then they have to sit back and watch this person go live off happily ever after with whomever they find themselves with, right? And then they're like, oh, it should have been me, but you never said anything or did anything, you, them, whoever, right? That's what this is given. Are you in or are you out? Do you want this or not? Because if you want it, seize the opportunity. Seize nothing more like the present time right now, especially we are in Aries season, your season, right? And even if you're not in Aries and you're just here for your first house, not to top it off, literally we have around, what is it, the 16th or the 18th, literally several planets all in Aries. Every planet is direct as well. So this is the time of taking that leap, ripping the band-aid off, taking that action, taking that risk, making that change. But risk meets reward. But it's all dependent upon if one is willing to take the risk. Again, that could be you, that could be them. Take it however it resonates. But Aries and first house, that's what I got for you. That's your read. All right. All right, next up, Taurus and second house placements. Don't forget to smash that like button, y'all. Remember, if you want free content like this to continue, you got to smash that like button. Do it for me and your other content creators, because that's the only way we can keep this shit rolling. All right, what do we have going on? What does Taurus and second house not see coming in love? I don't know why. I still have that song from Aries, but I'm also getting Stand By Your Man. So I don't know. Stand by your man. All right, let's see. Virgo, sneaky fox, the ex. Mm. Temptation is a part of life. It doesn't matter if it's wrong or right. So it feels like, honestly, this feels like it's all dependent upon what you decide, which way you decide to go. Libra under the deck, which denotes to a form of balance, also, decision making. That's a form of this, the right and wrong, what is right for us versus what is not, right? Where do we truly want to water? What soil do we want to water? It's do we really want to water this or continue this? Because it feels like what to expect in your love life is all dependent upon you. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo, but Virgo is also a sense of like your daily routine and stuff like that. But I'm drawn to the emphasis of the fox. If you have a tendency to keep going back to whether this is the same person or the same type, or you have someone who it's like you're hot and you're cold, or you're bad together, but then sex is the band-aid with that temptation, right? It's like someone who keeps going back to something that's not working, whether it is with a specific person or with a specific type. So, I mean, again, Libra under the deck, that's a sense of justice, karmic justice, right? Are we going to do ourselves a disservice, or are we going to break a cycle? Because it feels like what to expect when it comes to your, what you do not see coming when it comes to your love life. It's really all dependent upon you if you're willing to break a cycle, because I feel like you're going on a cycle. Again, whether this is going back to the same person or going back to the same type, it's like, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and yet expecting different results. You get what you get. It's all about what seeds you tend to water. Are you going to water seeds, or are you going to continue to water weeds, right? If you want more, then you got to switch shit up, because again, Virgo is like your everyday task, what you do, your routine. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, well, then you can't get mad when you get the same result, whether it's with the same person over and over again going on the merry-go-round, or with the same type. All right. Your overall energy. Six of Pentacles, Magician. Yeah, see, Eight of Swords. This is like someone who keeps putting themselves in a situation where they're settling for less, right? It's like they want one thing, right? And they can have it with that Magician dead in center. But at the same token, instead of utilizing all their tools, everything that they have to be able to manifest that which it is they truly desire, they keep settling, right? And then they find themselves bound to these situations. But again, it's by choice. Eight of Swords, one of my favorite cards. If you're around this channel long enough, you'll know, because it's self-imposed. It's a choice. It's like someone who keeps signing themselves up for the same sentence, right? It's like if someone keeps let's just go along with the lines of a repeat offender. Someone could have a criminal background, or have done time, with that Eight of Swords there. But I'm drawn to the energy of a repeat offender, someone who keeps doing the same shit to land themselves behind bars. It's like, well, you keep doing it. It's like, oh, I'm tired of getting locked up. Well, then stop doing dumb shit that denotes you getting locked up, right? Only this is you finding yourself doing time pertaining to karmic situations, because you keep choosing to go back on the merry-go-round, whether it's with the same person or with the same type. You can't expect to do the same thing and get different outcomes. You have to make better choices if you want better results. All right, what to expect? Moon card. What you want? What you want? There you go. Moon card to the Six of Cups to the Hierophant. Literally your card. Some of you could be Catholic. I'm drawn to that because of the Pope on the thing. Doesn't have to be. Full card under the deck. The Star card to the King of Wands. This is a time, again, I said it in Aries and first house read. I'm going to say it here too. This is the time we're in Aries season. This is the time where we can decide new, right? This is your shit or get off the pot moment, right? And literally Aries full card to Libra. This is like opposites, but this is a time where you can actually recalibrate the scales, break the cycle, right? Do the opposite of what you've been doing, right? Because you can have what it is that you truly desire, what it is you want. You have to know that it is not no longer have to settle for the same shit, whether that is saying you're done settling for the same cycle with the same person or the same type, right? But moon card to the Six of Cups to the Hierophant. Hierophant also, not only is it you, but this also denotes to a form of lesson, like the school of life, right? Moon card, what it is you want to look beneath the surface. I feel like there's a need to look beneath the surface, and I feel like some of you might actually delve beneath the surface to kind of see where this stems from, why you choose this type. Could even be something that's tied back to childhood. Um, Ooh, deuces. Some of you, not gonna lie, some of you are going to want something of more depth and finally be done repeating history, right? Repeating the past, repeating the same shit over and over again. You see this Pope, he basically giving deuces. I literally heard that song, deuces. But some of you could find yourself learning to say, you know what, I'm done repeating the cycle. And again, for others of you, this could denote to you actually delving within, taking a look. Now, some of you could find yourself scared, not wanting to look beneath the surface. I mean, it's all really dependent upon you and what you want and how bad do you want it, right? There's a sense of being given a chance. I'm drawn to the emphasis here. You see the moon here, and then we have the sun here. And you see in the card of Libra over here, the sun and the moon. It's all dependent on what you want, the actions you take to get that, right? Because the moon card is the gravitational pull. It's that what you want, right? And it's the receptive energy, but the sun in and of itself, much as it's not the sun card, we have the sun here in this full card. And again, the scales here. So it's like day and night. If you want to experience something that is day and night compared, then you have to do something that is different, right? And the sun card also denotes to the sense of action that you take to pull in what you want, to get what you want, right? If there's something that you're trying to pull in for yourself, then what are you actually doing to make it happen, right? Old ways don't unlock new doors. So, I mean, some of you could find yourself finally being done with past patterns or being done with it's like learning the lesson and ready for more. Some of you could find yourself kind of sifting through the waters where the past can continue to repeat until you're finally ready. It's all dependent upon you. Again, it's all about the actions that you take, the decisions you make. If you're going to keep going on the circle, on the merry-go-round. Um, but let me see, what's the possible outcome? Some of you could even have a type for like the jailbird type. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're bathwater bitch. Why do the good girls always want the bad boys? No doubt, bathwater, right? Male or female doesn't matter. It's just a song for the premise, right? Again, maybe you have a type, whether it's good girl. Oh, sorry, good. Listen to me. Some of you might need yourself a good girl, good boy, especially if you have the premise you have the knack for going towards the bad boys or the bad girls, right? Or the types that you just know are I'm hearing Britney Spears takes I'm addicted to you, but you know that you're toxic. Some of you could have been dealing with a Sagittarius. All right, let's see. Because Britney Spears is a Sagittarius. All right. Ace of Cups. Wow. Temperance. Nine of Swords. Lovers. Again, the outcome is all dependent upon you and the choice that you make. If you want better, choose better, do better, right? Make better choices. Um, make better choices or continue to repeat the same, right? In which case you will find yourself highly disappointed. Um, Ace of Cups, Temperance to the Nine of Swords. again, the outcome is dependent upon you. I feel like some of you could find yourself sticking with what's familiar, whether that's a type that you know is easy to obtain or the same cycle with the same person, right? The repeat offender. Um, uh, because it's almost like, but this is all that's present, this is all that I know is here, you know. And what if I'll never find this, or what if I'll never find anything better? See, that's the thing, a lot of people will hold themselves to shit experiences and hold themselves back from that which is for them, which is, you know, could even be better than they could have possibly fathomed, because they're so focused on the, but this is what I see. Like, case in point, let's just go with tarot readings in general, right? A lot of motherfuckers, they will literally get pissy, like you pissed in their fucking Cheerios, right? Because, oh, well, no, you're talking about this person or that. Like, say if you're even talking about a predictive read, right? For one, it's not a personal read. You want a personal read, go book one, right? Um, for two, just because your brain can only compute to, oh, well, this is what I know of right now, versus something that you don't know of. Like if someone makes a prediction, right? A prediction can play out anywhere in time. It could play out a month from now, a week from now, a day from now, 5 years from now, right? Time is fluid. At the same token, people try to force things to make sense and force it to fit. So they'll denote it to, but this is what I know of. So this is it. And this is what it's got to be. Meanwhile, it ain't even close, because it was never that. You're just trying to make it that because that's all you see in front of you. But sometimes it's the thing that you don't see that is the best of all. But everyone is like, I gotta know what it is. I gotta know what it's like. A motherfucker who knows Christmas is coming and they want to ruin the surprise and go take a peek before it's time to go, before it's Christmas Day, right? It's like if they know where the parents are hiding the shit. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I want to know. I don't want to wait. So they go and then they ruin it, right? The only difference is you're ruining it by focusing on making it be the thing that is right in front of you, instead of being open and receptive to whatever it is, even if it's something outside of your own knowing, right? So, I mean, ultimately the choice is yours. Um, if you want to keep watering weeds, or if you're finally tired of that and you're ready for a more enriched experience and water seeds that can truly last. So do with that what you will. But Taurus in second house is what I got for you. That's your read. Hey Danielle, how are you, baby? Hey Myra, how are you, sweetheart? All right. Next up, Gemini and third house placements. What do we have going on for Gemini and third house placements? Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Come on, we got 40 people in here and only 24 likes. This is free content. You want me to show up and continue free content, then you need to show up and click that like button. This is the equal energy exchange. And if you notice, I've cut down on my content because I'm not doing one-sided energy. If it's one-sided, my energy will go elsewhere where it's best served. 43 in the room, 24 likes. Make sure to smash that. You want me to continue this content. Like I said, it's reciprocal energy. But what do we have going on for Gemini and third house? What does Gemini and third house not see coming in love? Some of you are Libra. But oh shit, somebody's getting married. Ooh, pause and reflect. Ooh. For those, all right. Now, for some of you, like if you're engaged or some shit, some of you could be like calling the, like, we need a break, or we gotta, you know, time out, you know, it's almost like maybe the wedding's off, or, you know, we need a break. If you're married, perhaps you're needing a break. That's not the strongest energy. I feel a much stronger one where it's like, nothing for nothing with that Libra to the abundance. This is like justice to the 10 of Pentacles, you know. With that pause and reflect, I feel like this is more so catered to those of you who have been kind of more so kind of taking a break off of the scene, not really doing the dating thing, right? And for those of you who have taken the time to go within, right, do the work, basically focus on yourself, right, to get yourself good, build, work on the relationship with yourself, even, right? You could have a very fruitful type of relationship with yourself. I feel like you're going to find yourself in uncharted territory, because some of you because you've taken the time to focus on yourself, go within, reflect, right? Restore a form of balance within oneself. I feel like you are going to be manifesting a long term lover, right? With that abundance energies. Could even be someone who's well to do. But this is someone who definitely has their shit together, has a sense of longevity. I feel like this is something unlike anything that you have experienced before. Something, again, very fruitful, very transformative type of connection. Could be a Leo or someone who has Leo in their chart. All right, let's see. Hold on. Hey, Jellic, how are you, sweetheart? All right. Ooh, just jump right on out. All right. King of Wands. Definitely could have a Leo. Well, that you could have Leo. Oh, see, look at that. Okay. All right. So I feel like you've been burned in the past. Okay. Ooh, wow. Do you see? Do you see? This is the wow. What did I say? What did I say? Y'all, what the fuck did I say? I don't think I've ever pulled out just a straight flush of aces. What to expect? I said something unlike anything you've ever experienced before, something new, something that has that sense of longevity, right? That long term could even be someone who's well to do, someone who you could even possibly marry. The Hierophant under the deck, Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles for what to expect. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Just a straight flush of aces, doubling down that this is a long-term commitment coming towards you. And this also denotes to that sense of, again, the Hierophant is also the sense of school of life, right? You've learned, you've ascended, you reflected, you've done the work, you've taken time for yourself, delved within, made better choices. And guess what? Ooh, do you have one coming? Ooh, I love this one. Bitch, my jaw just dropped. I have never seen that happen before, ever. And I've been doing this for years. Outcome. Four of Pentacles, that's a keeper. Two of Pentacles. Wow. Five of Wands. This is like realizing it was all worth it. Now, I said with this abundance, that made me feel like Ten of Pentacles. Empress to the Ten of Pentacles with this Five of Wands. This is giving a sense of it was all worth it in the end, because think about it. All the you had to go through the shit to basically work out your own shit, realize who the fuck you are, realize your worth, not settle for less, right? And that is what's bringing in that end all be all keeper. Wow. Gemini in third house. This is fucking amazing. Holy shit. Wow. All right. Your energy. Again, Eight of Wands, King of Wands, Five of Cups. Oh, my nose is so fucking tickly all of a sudden. So extra emphasis on this. I feel like you've been disappointed in the past. Maybe you've rushed into things before, but things crash and burn, and then that's just it, right? It's like being sadly disappointed to the point where it's like you're almost like, you know what? Fuck it. Even look at this King of Wands. It's like, yeah, no, fuck this shit. I am done with this shit, right? And all about forward movement, wanting something, anything but this. That Eight of Wands book ending that Five of Cups. This is someone who's like, anything but this, anything but here. I am so over this shit. Male or female doesn't matter, but this, especially if you found yourself dealing with continual disappointments and bullshit, your masculine energy could have been up, even if you do identify as feminine, right? That masculine energy comes in as a form of needs to protect us, right? To shield us. And I feel like some of you are moving past this point of feeling like, they're all duds. See, that's the thing too. When you some of you could have always had this idea that they're all bullshit, or they all fail, or they're all duds, right? Or nothing ever works out. It's being able to get past that shit. So it's like once you actually get past that shit, that's what denotes a form of change for you as well. And I feel like a lot of you are getting past that thing, because here's the thing. This is why my channel always emphasizes on the relationship you have with yourself, because when you Focus on yourself. Go within, take a look at yourself, work on that relationship with you, right? When you bring a sense of balance to yourself without the need of anyone or anything outside of you. Because think about it, if you focus a sense of inner harmony on something outside of you, well, whatever that thing is outside of you, it could also be removed, in which case then you're in a state of disharmony, right? But it's like when you focus on yourself, you build that relationship with yourself, you're in a good place. None of that shit outside of you affects you. And here's the thing, you attract different too. So it's like the universe is only here to meet you where you're at, whatever you're putting out. If you're omitting, I'm only going to experience negative, then the universe is like, okay, one tall order of negative, exactly what you want, right? How you want it. And it's like, this is someone who they're finally getting past that mind state, right? Where it's like, we're no longer looking at that, because think about it. When you have a good relationship with yourself, you have a good sense of discernment, in which case you trust yourself. See, here's the thing, a lot of people, they get shit, they get all these things from fucking other relationships, and they denote to trust issues and shit like that too. Myra, welcome to the members arena, baby. Welcome back, baby. But this is fuck, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. All right. When you have a good relationship with yourself, you're going to trust your sense of discernment. When you have a good relationship with yourself, you're not going to go against what it is you feel. You're also not going to just deal with anyone or anything, right? It's having that own sense of personal discernment. Um, I feel like I'm talking to someone who's in a good place, or you will find yourself in a good place if you're at that point where you're like kind of in between making it through it. And this could be a glimpse of light at the end of what's ahead, right? Because again, the our experience, our reflection of our own inner working. And I feel like this is someone who is mastered self. And what to expect because of that, I'm hearing Mary J. Blige, real love. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. When you shift the way you view things, the things you view change. But this also denotes to your experience changing. That Ace of Swords dead in the center, that's a sense of knowing. That's a sense of inner clarity where it's like, you know what? Yeah, I dealt with some shit. I dealt with some fuck shit in the past. But you know what? I have that sense of knowing that if I do it again, it'll be good this time. It'll be different this time. You know why? Because you're different. You're different. You're not the same person. You're not someone who is in a state of lack, which would bring in something that is lacking what it is that you desire, right? This is someone who is pulling in something that has a sense of knowing this is the one. And these are the two that you really want. In my eyes, I feel like you always want that sense of inner knowing where it's like, yeah, you have that clarity, you have just knowing, right? Because think about it, how many times you get in a situation that you already know this shit ain't gonna last. You know it's a weed. But with that Ace of Pentacles to that water, this is a sense of something that we can water, something that we can nurture, something that we know can make it. That thing that you know is up ahead for you, even if you don't know who, even if you don't know when, even if you don't know how, because you're holding that mentality, you're emitting that energy, that frequency. I just know. Even if I don't know the when, who, how, that's what's bringing it in. So you're going to pull in that which it is you're wanting. And what's going to happen, possible outcome, this is where the dance of change comes in. Because that Four of Pentacles, I'm getting a sense of keeper. This is where you pull in that keeper. I feel like you're going to meet someone. I feel like you're going to meet someone. And this feels like someone who is open, who is emotionally available. This feels like someone who is a bit of a romantic, could be a little bit younger, doesn't have to be too much younger with that Knight of Cups. That this feels like someone who could be a little bit younger, but it feels like very mature. This could even be, I'm drawn to, what is that? Is that Moonology or is that Doreen Virtue? Where it's like your soulmate is not your, I think it's Doreen. Your soulmate is not your usual type. This could even be, you're pulling in someone who's not your usual type. There's something different. But then again, you are attracting a different type because your old type led to all this shit, you know? Versus that keeper, they're coming in, they're different. They're unlike anything you've dealt with before. And I don't feel like this is something where it's like, we're going to rush in. Oh my God, this is the one. I feel like you're going to take your time. This is someone who's going to take the time, get to know you, want to take, this feels like someone who, a bit of romantic at heart, want to take you out. If you're dealing with the masculine, this is like someone who, very, it gets an old fashioned type to it too, where it's like, opens the door, it's like chivalry is not dead. Someone who's very chivalrous. Male or female, that doesn't matter. But I just heard, what is that? Wizard of Oz, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Judy Garland. And the rainbow is making me feel like 10 of cups. So I feel like you have someone coming in, and I feel like it's going to catch you off guard in a sense, because this feels like this is not your usual type, but this is a keeper. Um, and you're going to see the way that this person goes about things. This is like someone, even their approach to you is different, unlike anything you've experienced before. There's just something different. It's something like fresh and new to you, right? With that Knight of Cups, it's a sense of newness, right? Something fresh, something different. Um, where I feel like you're gonna take your time, but see where it goes nonetheless. I feel like you're gonna find yourself pleasantly surprised. Wow. Gemini and third house, I'm gonna leave that there. That was a fucking great read. Holy shit. That was holy shit. I know Gemini and third houses are fucking, they're just like loving that one. That was a good one. That was a good one. All right. Next up, Cancer and fourth house placements. Hey, Robin. Hey, Shay. All right. All right. Cancer and fourth house. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Remember, if you want free content to continue, you have to do your part. This is an equal energy exchange. If you want me to show up and give my energy, give yours back in return. It's reciprocal. I don't do one-sided things. I don't run my real life with one-sided relationships. I'm not going to run my my channel with one-sided energy either. So let's go. What do we have going on for Cancer and fourth house? What does Cancer and fourth house placements not see coming in love? I just heard go into the chapel and they're gonna get married. Why am I dun, 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 gonna set my soul on fire, even why is this giving like a lope energy? Some of you might, I don't know if anyone's involved. There could be something like doing something kind of on a whim, like eloping, or it doesn't have to be that, because my lord, not everyone's gonna do shit like that. Um, but this could be something that kind of, there could be a connection that comes through where it's almost like there's like a lot of spontaneity to it, you know? Where you could find yourself, it brings out an energy, a side of you that is kind of dormant, or just doing things on a bit more impulse, where, I don't know, for some of you greeners go. All right, let's see. What does Cancer and fourth house not see coming in love? I'm glad I waited till today to do these reads. I felt I was going to do it yesterday, and just something just told me, no, just wait till Sunday. So it's actually some good energy today. So there we go. All right. Okay, so I'm definitely talking to my singles. Ooh, hello. All right. Libra under the deck. The scales are balancing out for you. And again, some of you, if you're already involved, maybe this is a proposal, right? Or you could be doing something on a whim, right? I feel like this is more so catered to my singles with that solitude there. I feel like this is for those of you who have been kind of alone for a while, sleeping in the bed alone. With that the tended garden to the crown, I feel like you have one coming in that this one's going to take the cake, this one's going to take the crown. Like, this is it. I feel like the scales are balancing. You know what I'm drawn to as well? What was it? Cardinal signs. You're a cardinal sign, Cancer. But what was it, like a little while back? Astrologically speaking, of about a few signs specifically, you were one of them. I believe it was the Cardinals closed out a karmic thing astrologically that was going on for years when it came to dealing with not so great relationships, right? Karmic energies, dealing with narcissists, people who are just not so great in general. Like there's a whole triad of things that, the cardinals were dealing with. And it's closed out. So that's what this feels like. It's kind of tied to where it's like the scales are balancing for you now. So it's like, well, that would explain why some of you could have been, kind of to yourself for a while, right? But this is like this is like for someone who's comfortable in their own solitude. That's what it feels like. But it feels like you're pulling in something and it's not at all. This is like this one takes the cake. It takes the crown. I'm drawn to the dragonfly too, something that has a lot of growth and potential. Something that is day and night. I'm drawn to the sun and moon, something that is day and night compared to what you have dealt with before. All right. You know what I'm seeing right now? Like, like the way where it's like, they crown the person or, they knight the person. That's kind of like what I'm seeing here. It's almost like you're going to give your heart because you see this crown has like a bit of a heart like thing. You're going to give, I just saw the tower too. You're going to give someone your heart. High priestess to the chariot. That is literally you. These are literally both your major arcana. You literally just jumped the fuck out and said, yeah, me. Just wow. Do you see that? Do you see that? Sun card. You're gonna be blindsided. Because I feel like look, what was I just going on about how cutting out karmic cycles, toxic shit, right? Some of you could have been alone for quite some time, right? Look at this. And now you, Cancer, the scales are turning for you. I feel like I'm talking to someone who is a bit of an avoidant. Not gonna lie, the Seven of Swords is also it denotes to also a form of avoidance. This is all you all day. I feel like you're to yourself, literally the High Priestess. That's your card, along with the Chariot. This is literally you staying to yourself because High Priestess also denotes to a sense of silence. Someone a bit avoidant. This is like giving the energy someone who goes from point A to point B and like trying not to deal with nobody, right? At the same token, why do I feel, much as you could be in that type of energy, right? There could be someone who has their eye on you. What to expect? That's crazy. I love how synchronistic the cards are today. This is giving the energy someone staying to themselves, just kind of being low key. The Magician, the Knight of Swords, Two of Swords. You're going to get blindsided. Two of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to find yourself blindsided because I feel like you have someone who, I feel like someone has their eye on you. Someone has wanted to come your way or wants to come your way. And what the irony is? Whoever this person is, you're going to be blindsided, right? Two of Swords denotes to being blindsided, not seeing it coming. With the Magician card there, though, whoever this is like, all right, you know how the Magician, it's like, the card that has everything. That's basically the card of manifestation. You have everything you need. But this is giving an energy, and I don't think I've ever gotten it like this before, where it's like this is someone who is everything you've wanted, right? This is like it's giving like they have everything that you're looking for. They're like everything, the whole package of what you're looking for. Literally, the Magician card denotes to someone who has everything that they need, all the tools, all the elements, right? You're gonna get caught off guard. This person can come towards you in a sense where it starts off where with conversation where they don't quite allude to an intention towards you. This is someone, it feels like mentally stimulating. Someone who can hold a conversation, someone who can entice. Ooh, oh, some of you, some of you, you have someone coming towards you, and it's gonna start off with, it kinda blindsides you. It could sneak up on you. Someone could sneak up on both of you because it feels like it starts off innocent conversations at first, getting to know one another, but it's like when someone, they know how to hold a conversation. They're very mentally stimulating, where it just like kind of gets you ever get lost in a conversation where you lose track of time and you just talk to someone about almost anything, right? It's kind of what it gives. So this is someone who's going to stimulate your mind first. I feel like it'll kind of, okay. So it kind of sneaks up on you. Could even blindside the both of you. But I feel like this person low key has their eye on you before doing such. It's like someone around you. This is like if you're someone, you stay to yourself, you stay low key, you're the type of person, point A to point B, not trying to interact or deal with nobody. This is like you catching someone's attention, right? And they seeing you, noticing you, finally working up the nerve to hold a conversation with you, and you two click. And you think nothing of it. You're gonna think nothing of it. You're gonna like, this is gonna start off one way. You're gonna think nothing of it, but it's gonna blindside you because it's gonna turn into something more. It goes from being one thing that starts off simplistic enough, but the more it goes on, I'm not saying this is gonna be an all one conversation. Obviously this is you dealing with a motherfucker, um, you know, for a surmountable amount of time. But the more you two converse, the more you two interact, it's almost like a switch flips off and it blindsides you. Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers, Page of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. We're getting such good reads today. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. This is a keeper. Queen of Cups, your card. This is a keeper. This is a long term. For some of you, this is someone who's well to do, definitely has their shit together. Possible outcome. Knight of Pentacles, book ending the Page of Swords with the Lovers. I'm telling you, this is going to start off as you two talking first. It's going to start off conversive, right? But here's the thing, it's going to transform into so much more. And the outcome, I mean, ultimately, it's dependent upon what you two do with it. Because I feel like that the Lovers is a choice, right? But the Lovers is also a very intense energy. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced. And it's like when someone just like they can awaken all those different things. They have all these elements and it kind of sneaks up on you. And it's almost like, oh shit. All of a sudden there's something here between the two of you. And you're both going to feel this. This is going to be mutual. But what you both do with it is dependent upon both of you. Because this feels like this has that potential to be something fucking amazing, long term, literally Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is the one that makes it to the Ten of Pentacles, a keeper. So, I mean, it's ultimately up to both of you what you do with it. Because this is something that transforms along the way. So it starts off one way. It starts off platonic in nature. Although I feel like whoever this is coming towards you, they might I feel like they're gonna play it platonic, but at the same token, there's still something more behind it because I feel like there's an intention behind it because there's already a thing there that they have towards you. Hence the wanting to talk to you, get to know you. Hence, it's like someone who kind of works their way in to start it off one way before denoting it to another. But even though you're not looking at it as nothing more than just a platonic in conversation, right? It it transforms to something so much more that it grips you and it's gonna feel like, wow, holy shit, you know? So do with that what you will. Cancer in fourth house, that's what I got for you. That is your read. Hey, Omi, how are you, baby? Getting really good reads today. All right. Next up, we are going to move along to Leo. and 5th house placements. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. 56 in the room, 48 likes. Smash that like. You want me to continue this content? It's a reciprocal energy. I don't do one-sided connections in my life. I'm not going to do one-sided energy on the channel. So if you want me to do this, you got to show up. It costs you absolutely nothing to smash that like, and it helps push the algorithm so that I can keep doing this for you. All right. What do you have going on for Leo in 5th house? What does Leo, dear Lord, Leo in 5th house not see coming in love? Ooh. I burn for you the gates of hell. They can't contain the fire and the flame, 'cause I burn. Set this body on fire. Set this body on fire. Ooh, intense. That's why the intensity is Scorpio. And all right. So this feels like a connection that's going to shake you. Could shake you to your core, but definitely shake shit up for you. Virgo energy, it's something that denotes to like your everyday routine and stuff like that, right? So with that burning passion, this is like something that shakes up your everyday, shakes you to a core, right? Scorpionic energy is intense and it is transformative and will shake you to the core, right? Trust your heart. I feel like you are going to find yourself being led to someone. Now, here's the thing, too. You see this trust your heart, you see the path leading to the rose. And again, the Virgo card, this denotes to like your everyday routine, right? You could find yourself feeling led to somewhere. This could even be, your very routine, right? You stick to a full regimen, you have the same routine, and this is like you feel called to just you always go right when you're on this road and something's telling you, let me make a left. Or, you always walk this one way and you're feeling called to try a different path. I feel like you are literally going to be instinctually led to someone. Um, I feel like you're being instinctually led to cross paths with someone. And this is going to be a connection unlike any other. Very intense, very transformative. There's something about the eyes too. There's something about you being led to go somewhere, being led towards a specific direction, right? Again, maybe you're feeling called to switch shit up. Maybe you usually go to the coffee shop and now you're feeling called to go to the whatever the fuck else there is, right? Maybe you want to go to instead of coffee, now you're trying to go for what is that, Jamba juice, whatever the fuck else, right? You're going to feel called to switch something up in your everyday routine that is going to take you in a place in which case you are going to cross paths with someone, and it has to be this way because it feels like when you do this, you and this person, wait, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. There's something about used to locking eyes that is of significance. You're going to meet someone and there's something about used to physically being in each other's presence. So this is not someone on, an app. This is not, you're swiping right on whatever the fuck app, Tinder, Bumblebee, Plenty of Fish, is that Grinder, whatever the fuck else there is, right? Because there's something about when your eyes lock that's very important. It's almost like a sense of your eyes locking unlocks something within both of you. Oh, I like that. I like this one. Hey, Orlist, how are you, baby? All right, your overall energy, your energy. King of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Temperance. Wow. What to expect, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Death card. I told you someone could be a Scorpio or Scorpionic energy is very heavy here. And temperance is a sense of divine timing. It's also a sense of serendipity, divine guidance. Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the Emperor. Okay. Okay. So under the deck, we have Four of Cups to the Hierophant to the Hangman. All right. So I feel like this is all going to denote on you, right? Because there's a need to switch something up. And the thing you're switching up is something pertaining to a form of routine or something, or just doing something that's out of your norm. Maybe it's out of your norm to, just do something that's kind of off key, off track. Your energy. King of Pentacles to the Two of Pentacles to the Temperance. I feel like a lot of you could find yourself where, you're ready for some form of change in your life. Some of you could find yourself very routine, uh, focused on work, stuff like that, very practical, grounded. But I feel like you're in this energy where it's like some of you could feel that there's a form of change on the horizon. Now, others of you, again, this is you feeling called for some form of change. I feel like a lot of you are at this perfect place where it's almost like someone who is open to form of change, or maybe you're starting to feel like it's time to switch things up. In which case, it feels like it's all about timing. Some of you could find yourself feeling in this energy where you're just ready to switch things up, right? And you're getting in this energy because I feel like you're going to feel called to, in fact, do something different. It's like first the energy has to build a form of momentum within yourself where, maybe you're getting tired of the everyday routine, right? You're getting tired of the same old shit. You're ready for some form of change, or you're just ready to switch shit up, right? And you could just feel inclined once you're in this energy where, you know what? Everything's been so routine. I think I want to switch it up, or it's like you finally feel that inclination, you feel that calling, and you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. I am going to do this instead, Instead of doing this, I am going to go do that, right? It's going to serve you best to answer that calling to switch shit up when you feel inclined. But this connection, whatever it is, it's going to come. I feel called to highlight the emphasis of this. This will happen when you yourself are in fact at a time where you're ready for just some form of change, right? Maybe you just feel like things have just become so mundane and again, rinse, ring, repeat, right? Very routine in nature. Wanting a switch up, wanting to switch up the routine, right? And you have to be open and receptive to answer a call that denotes a form of doing something different, switching things up, because you have to, what denotes you being in that receptive energy to taking that action is you being ready where you're wanting it. When you're in this energy, you want it. That's when it's ready to come through. And what to expect. Wow. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Cups to the Death card. I feel like for some of you, this is a past life soulmate, hence the intensity. Hence, I feel like that's why it's emphasized that there's something about used to it. This is not online. This is not on a dating app. This is literally in the physical, because it is a strong past life connection, in which case there is something between the eyes locking, because the eyes will recognize, your souls will recognize each other. That's what that's giving. And the Queen of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, this is literally your match. I feel like you're being guided. You and a past life soulmate are being guided towards each other. That's what this feels like. And it's like once you two lock eyes, but this has to happen in the physical because there's something emphasized about the eyes. It's when the eyes lock, the eyes meet, they unlock something within each other. Um, Possible outcome. Nine of Pentacles to the Ace of Swords to the Emperor. I mean, again, the outcome is all dependent upon you, so long as you answer that call of action, right? When you're feeling called, when you're feeling inspired to do something, to switch it up, answer the call, do the thing, because that is the thing. When you take that form of action, that is the thing that's going to lead you towards this person, right? And here's the thing, if you ignore it and you don't go along with it, you don't go down for the ride, then you miss out, right? Because again, temperance also denotes to a form of serendipitous energy, right? Which means everything has to come perfectly aligned for you two to meet, right? So if things are finally aligned where you two can cross paths and intersect, right? But you decide, yeah, no, I'm not going to go. I'm just going to stick to the routine, right? Well, then you could end up missing out on this. So around the time you are feeling like you want to switch things up, you're ready for a form of change in your life, or you could just in fact feel that there is a sense of change coming your way, and you feel a call of action to, in fact, switch things up, do something different, step outside your comfort zone, step outside the box of your everyday norm, answer the calling because it's going to lead you to a strong past life connection. But if you miss out because you don't answer the call, well, I don't know if it'll come around again, or how long it could take if it were to. Divine timing is heavily emphasized here. So do with that what you will. But Leo and fifth house, that's what I got for you. That's your read. Hey, Lupe, my love. Happy Easter, sweetheart. All right. All right, next up, Virgo and sixth house placements. All right, don't forget to smash that like button, guys. If you want me to continue this content, remember it's reciprocal energy here. We don't do one-sided. All right, Virgo and sixth house. What does Virgo and sixth house not see coming? Oh yeah, also since we're like halfway through, if you want to book a mini read, the link is pinned in the chat, jennifermorningstar.me. Get the mini reads in while you can because those are the next things to be faded out. And there's 2 weeks left for private readings. After that, they're off the shelf completely. But what we got going on for Virgo and sixth house? What does Virgo in sixth house not see coming? Okay. Mm. Okay, so I'm literally hearing temptation is a part of life. It doesn't matter if it's wrong or right. Okay, ooh, ooh, ooh. Now I'm drawn to Eve biting the apple, Okay, so this is a bit of a tricky one because it feels like you could have a choice. You could have something good, you can have something not so great. It's all dependent upon you if you fall into temptation. Uh, Hopefully you're not involved with that justice card. Well, Libra card, which is also like the justice card in the tarot deck. But that could also denote to like say if you're married, right? You could be tempted to stray from the connection. So be mindful of that. Be mindful. That could be the temptation as well, biting the apple, right? So let's see. Let me pull out the rest of the cards before I go all in on that because mm, this feels like a karmic lesson at play in a sense where you're in the midst of a form of lesson and it's really all dependent upon you. You're going to be tempted. Now, for some of you, if you're single, you could be tempted between the idea of two, right? One that you know is no good, and the other one could be everything you want, right? So let's see. Ooh, I don't know why I just got drawn to this. If anyone like, if anyone is like a recovered addict or a recovered alcoholic or some shit like that, be careful because I'm drawn to like the party life aspect, right? And it's almost like all right, say if you're trying to get your shit together, you're trying to get your act clean, whether this is pertaining to substance or just trying to get your act straight in life in general, right? Now here's the thing, if you're hanging out with people who are going to entice you to go back to old habits, it's like, well, I mean, uh, are you going to be trying to quit drinking and then go sit at the bar with your buddies? I mean, no, that could be signing yourself up for failure, right? Or if you use substance, right, and you're trying to get clean, are you literally going to go down to where everyone is basically using and just, think that you're going to be above it all? Or are you going to try to give yourself the best chance possible? So there's something pertaining to you having to make a decision. Eight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Four of Wands. I hope someone isn't married. Or Hopefully you're not trying to entice someone who's involved, whether they're married or not. Because this is given like, either stepping out of a connection, stepping out of a relationship, stepping out of a marriage, or trying to get someone to step out of theirs. Yeah, see, look. Okay, it's very specific, but I got to go with what I feel. All right, let me pull out the rest of the cards before I go any further. What to expect? Three of Pentacles, the Magician, Ace of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Nine of Swords, the Fool card, Six of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Four of Wands again. Someone is either trying to get someone else to step out of their connection, to step out of their relationship, or they are feeling a little reckless and feeling tempted to step out of theirs. Take it how it resonates. But here's the thing. There's no winning in the end of this, whatever this is. Whether this is you trying to entice someone who is already involved, or you are being tempted to step out of a relationship, it feels like it's not going to end well, no matter which side of the scale you sit on. Okay. Mm. I feel it both ways, so I have to read it again. This is definitely not going to be everyone's, That's why there are literally 12 signs and 12 houses outside of the signs. So watch any of the others. This is obviously not going to be everyone, but we do have a bit of a novella here. Someone could be trying to either just wanting something that is outside of their commitment already, right? And again, someone else could be trying to just get someone to step outside of their commitment. Eight of Wands denotes to a sense of passion, right? It's impulse as well. You could be feeling impulsive, you could be feeling enticed or passionate about something that steps outside of your own commitment, or passionate about someone and have a desire to entice someone who is already actively in a form of long-term commitment. Take it however it resonates. What to expect? Three of Pentacles to the Magician to the Ace of Swords. Magician, I'm automatically getting a form of manipulative energy, right? Ace of Swords. If you're trying to entice someone who's already connected, they see right through it. They see right through it. This is like you're trying, oh no, I just want to be friends, or can't we just be friends or some shit like that. It's like being able to see through it, right? Seeing it's a form of illusion, right? Now, if you are contemplating stepping out of a connection, trying to act like someone's just a friend, or they're just a buddy, or you're going to hang out with the guys or the girls, right? Take it however it resonates. This feels like, I feel like someone's seeing right through it. Someone is literally seeing right through the illusion. Someone is seeing through the lie. So what to expect is someone's going to see right through it, regardless of whatever side of the fence you sit on. If you're looking to cheat on a connection, the person that you're with is going to see right through it. They're going to know. They're just going to know. If you are trying to get someone to step out of their own commitment, they're going to see right through that and know. They know, right? They're going to be able to tell. Possible outcome. Nine of Pentacles to the Seven of Cups to the Nine of Swords. Well, if you're one to step out, if you're feeling enticed to step out of connection, lie, cheat on a person that you're with, it's gonna backfire on. You're the one who's gonna be sitting there alone and then crying, right? Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Seven of Cups. It's like, oh, what did I coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? Well, coulda, woulda, shoulda thought about that before it actually happened. I mean, do stupid things, win stupid prizes, right? Now, here's the other thing. If you're the one trying to entice someone, trying to lure someone, trying to get someone to step out of their own commitment, well, I mean, it just feels like you're going to feel like you're getting nowhere, because it feels like it's just going to be you trying to figure out more ways and feeling a bit rejected. It's almost like, why aren't they, or why won't they do this and do that? It just feels like it's going to backfire. this isn't going to go well, regardless of which side of the fence that you sit in. Like I said, this is a very specific read. It's not going to be for everyone's. I wouldn't want it to be everyone's, right? You know, it's a shit energy. Let's face it, it is. You know, you shouldn't want to fuck with someone else's relationship. And if you're in a relationship, well, if you're feeling enticed to go somewhere else, and if you're not in an open relationship, and it's not in the cards where it's like, you know, and I don't see any of that shit here. If you don't want to, if you're looking to fucking step somewhere else, then just leave the person that you're with instead of, you know, because either way, it's going to backfire. You're going to end up alone. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? So do with that what you will. It's a crappy situation, karmic all over it. I mean, you can make better choices. You can decide which way you want this thing to go. You could decide to, if you're someone trying to entice someone to step out of their connection, you could always choose to say, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the high road. If you are the one feeling called to step out of a relationship, you know, take the high road. Tell the person you're with that, you know, maybe this just isn't working, or just don't go fucking do it, right? So do with that what you will, you know. Obviously, it's not everyone's story, but it's real life, real tarot, and it is someone's story. So do with that what you will. But Virgo in sixth house, that's what I got for you. That's your read. Hey, Kate, how are you, baby? Hey, Misty, happy Easter, y'all. Hey, Cassandra. All right. Next up, Libra and seventh house placements. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Let's see, what do we have going on for Libra and seventh house? What does Libra and seventh house placements not see coming in love? Hold on, hoodie keeps falling off. Holy shit. All right. What does Libra and seventh house not see coming in love? Heal heartbreak. All alone. I got to be alone. True hell. This feels like someone wanting to heal something. There could be someone with whom you feel like you are on a form of break, or you're not talking to, someone where it's like, you know, once they're not there, it hits. This is someone wanting to heal something with someone else. Ooh. Ooh. Hopefully this isn't all right. Hopefully there's not a situation where it's like, you know, hopefully it's not a rebound situation, or hopefully it's not a situation where it's like, I don't know if like someone was going through a breakup and then they got back with their ex while dealing with you. And then like maybe it's like, oh, that didn't work out, and now they want to heal it with you again. Oh, let me pull out the rest of the cards. Holy shit. That's a lot. Okay, I feel inclined to keep all these here. King of Wands, Disappointment, Five of Cups, Knight of Cups to the Tower. I feel like you're in this energy where this feels like an entire situation where I don't know if you felt like you got love bombed, right? Because the disappointment to the Knight of Cups to the Tower, this is almost like someone comes in with that King of Wands, all confident. Now, hopefully this wasn't you. I mean, this is your energy. Hopefully you didn't come in, you know, love bomb a bitch and then boom, pull the rug out and then just boom, like, oh yeah, well, yeah, well, all right, I was gonna go fix it with my ex, but it's all right. I put this on hold. You know, I just kind of disappeared. I love bomb you, but then I'll just like kind of pause it while I go. Again, hopefully it wasn't you. But this is your energy. Or again, this could be something that happened to you. Maybe someone came in all confident and shit, acting like they wanted something, and then, you know, it just turned into a want me, want motherfucker love bomb, and then boom, pull the rug. And then next thing you know, oh yes, no, I feel like I have to hear things with my ex. It's kind of what it feels like. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, this could be something that never got off the ground. Literally, we have cards reiterating it again. Page of Swords, the Four of Cups, which is a sense of disgust. To the Ace of Cups, to the Three of Swords, sorrow. It's like, play me, play me, play me the tiniest violin, you know? All right, what to expect? Again, for some of you, this could be you did that to someone. I don't know, take it how it resonates. It's your energy. So either someone did this to you or you did this to someone. What to expect? Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Hmm. What to expect if you were the one who did this to someone? This is like, oh shit, I fucked up because I should have gone that way, you know? This is like someone, oh, I should have gone. Now, if this was done to you, this is all of a sudden this bitch, all of a sudden coming in like, oh my God, I fucked up. You're going to come to find out one way or another. If someone did this to you, you're going to come to find out that number one, whatever went on with the ex, it fell through. It didn't work out, right? Number two, this person feeling stupid, like, oh shit, I fucked up. I should have gone that way. I made a right when I should have made a left. Fuck. How do I go back? You could get communication from this person. And again, if you were the one who did this to someone, this is you feeling like, oh shit, I fucked up. I want to do over. I want to go back. But it's also a sense of feeling like I have to come at this differently, especially if you played someone. Now, if this is them wanting to come towards you, they know that they have to come around a certain way because they know that they played you in a sense. Possible outcome, 10 of Wands, King of Cups. Hmm. Okay. 10 of Wands, King of Cups to the 7 of Pentacles. If you're the one this was done to, I mean, the outcome's all dependent upon you, truly, because it feels like you're not going to just open up to this person willy-nilly. But with this 7 of Pentacles bookending the 10 of Wands, you might see what they do. It's almost like giving a chance, but not just like being willy-nilly, not like giving the full VIP access again. You might just hear them out, but this feels like actually giving them some form of a chance. Now, if you're the one who did this to someone, this feels like you this feels like you trying to make some form of an effort. This is like, no matter, I'm hearing that song, I'll do whatever it takes to turn this around. Um, fuck, I forget the name of the band. Whatever it takes. This is like, I'll do whatever it takes. There's a sense of knowing that this person isn't just going to open up with that King of Cups energy. This is someone who is like if this person their emotionality was open and running, this is like, that shit's kind of on lock. Their male or female doesn't matter, but the masculine energy of the King of Swords, this is someone who's not going to allow their emotions to, just kind of pour out and determine how they go about things, right? Is a very emotionally mature person. Now, here's the thing. For those of you trying to get someone back, this feels like, I mean, if you stick it out, it has the ability to, get that. That's what that feels like. Some of you could find yourself being able to win them back. Don't know how long it's going to take, but it feels like. Now, again, for those of you who this was done to you and this person's coming towards you, I hate to say it, but you might, I feel like you're going to entertain this long enough where eventually they win you over again. That's what that feels like. I can hear motherfucker, no, fuck it. Look, you don't have to take it, but that's what I saw. So that's what it is. So Libra in 7th house, that's your read. It's basically, regardless of which side of the fence you sit on, there's a chance to heal it. It's like I'm hearing that thing. What is that movie or cartoon where it's like, so what I'm hearing is there a chance that there's a chance. That's what it's given, you know? It's like there's a chance. So do with that what you will. Libra in seventh house, that's your read. All right. Hey Mandy. Lighthouse, that's it. That's it. Thank you, Mon. Hey Darlene. All right, next up, Scorpio and eighth house placements. Remember, don't forget to smash that like button down below. This is all reciprocal energy here. We do reciprocated energy. Costs you nothing to smash that like button. It helps me to continue to do this. All right, what do we have going on for Scorpio in eighth house? Aw, thank you, baby. I'm glad you're here too. What do we have going on for Scorpio in eighth house? Ooh, wow. Open your heart, I'll make you love me. Okay. I feel like this is more so for those of you who have been kind of on a bit of a hiatus or a timeout from the dating scene, not really out there, just more so kind of focus on you, your inner workings, your own sense of self reflection, and just the relationship with you, where you're not focused on anything outside of you, right? Well, uncharted territory to the happily ever after to the trust your heart. Okay. You've got a connection coming in. This feels like this could be the one. I feel like you and someone are being led towards each other, and it could scare you. It could scare you. This could even be something that somewhat triggers you in a sense, because this could be someone where there's a form of intensity. You've never felt like this before, and there's something that can denote the feeling a bit terrifying of actually letting someone in. This feels like someone with whom you will find yourself feeling intertwined, interwoven with. You literally see the swans here, swans mate for life, and you see they're literally intertwined with each other. Literally, the one. You're happily ever after. You're going to meet the one, and it's going to terrify you. This one's going to, they're going to find a way in. They're going to work. There's something about the energy where there's something with their energy. It just, again, it's like interwoven. It gets their energy, this connection. It's something of depth because it's interwoven. It's something unlike you've ever experienced. And that's what's going to make it scary. It's like you've never felt anything like this before. All right, let's see. Very transformative energy as well. Page of Pentacles, Justice card, Six of Swords. I feel called to pull them all out. Seven of Cups. Some of you could have Scorpio Venus, Five of Wands. You're going to try to resist it. You know what I just got drawn to? An analogy of, think about it. All right, think about this. I'm drawn to this analogy. And I mentioned this before in another sign, I forget which sign, but think about it like people will they all right, we all have instinctual knowings of connections when we entertain them, right? Sometimes, we could try to force something to work, or we could just know something is definitely, it has no life power, it has no staying power, right? It's definitely not going to last, right? We could already see the end before it even has the beginning, right? and yet we will still go along with it, right? And sometimes, it could take a while, some of you could take years, and it still ends up not great, and it ends regardless, right? But there's a sense of not having any problem with going along with it, even if we know this is not going to end good, or you're stepping into trouble, right? And yet still having no problem stepping forward with it. Now, what if it's the complete opposite, where instead of stepping into something that has no sense of longevity, how it's going to end, that it's a bad idea because it's just going to turn out bad, but still going through with it anyway? What happens when it's the complete opposite, when you know this is it? This could be the one. This, you could see forever in this person, right? I'm literally hearing that song, in your eyes. It's like you could see it all. You don't see an ending. What's more terrifying, that or the latter? Because 9 times out of 10, people more so choose to go with the latter, where they already see the end. They already know this isn't going to end well, but they'll give it a try, and they'll sometimes stick with years or decades in a connection that they already knew it was coming to an end before it even began. But what about when that one comes along where you don't see the end? What's more terrifying to step into? What's scary? Because it feels like it's that type of analogy where that's more terrifying. It's like, I know this type of energy. I know what it's like to go into that. This is uncharted waters. That's what that feels like. Stepping into uncharted waters, because normally you're used to being able to jump into the fire and knowing, eventually you're going to come out the other end. Might have a little bit of marks on the way out, but it is what it is. But what about that one that feels safe? That feels like forever. That feels unlike anything you've ever experienced. Will you stay? Will you proceed? Or will you hide? Don't think I've ever had something like that come through before. All right. So your energy, Page of Pentacles to the Justice to the Six of Swords. If I can escape and I create myself in my own world, and I could be your favorite girl, perfectly together. Tell me, boy, now wouldn't it be sweet? I feel like you're in this energy. I feel like you want something, even if you say you don't. I feel like you do. I feel like at the same token, you're not looking for it. You're just more so kind of going about your business. I feel like even if you present to the world, I don't want anything, I don't need anything, I feel like a part of you still would like something, even if it's just something that you keep to yourself. In the meantime, you just, fake focus on like your everyday to day type of thing. That's what this is giving, you know, not really out there actively looking, you know, you might window shop, but it doesn't feel like anything. I don't feel like you're like putting yourself out there in that sense. Um, See, I'm drawn to it here too. I feel like life is going to lead you and someone to intertwine, to cross paths. Excuse me. And this could even be something that starts off small. This could be you start seeing someone regularly, you cross paths, you start seeing and getting familiar with seeing each other and each other's energy. Like maybe you go to the farmer's market, or just the grocery store, or the coffee shop or some shit, or the gym, right? It's like, I feel like there could be something that starts off small, and it's because you're not really looking, you know? So it's like you get familiar with someone around you, seeing them, walking past them, driving by, right? Your energies are going to slowly become intertwined, though, the more you cross paths. What to expect? Seven of Cups, Five of Wands, the Emperor. I feel like there's going to be a form of resistance because I feel like you are going to find yourself start to feel like you are becoming intertwined with someone. And it's almost like it feels like it has no logic or reason, right? In which case you might even try to shake it off, where it's like, no, that's stupid. Why am I thinking about this person? Why am I literally feeling this person's energy in mine? That's what this is giving. It's a connection that seeps into you and vice versa, right? Um, it feels like something without logic and reason, right? Especially if it's more so just someone with whom you become familiar with in passing. That's what this feels like. Now, possible outcome. Four of Swords, Ace of Pentacles to the Ace of Swords. Mm. I feel like I feel like someone is going to step outside the comfort zone that, like, think about it. If you and someone, your energies start to become a bit intertwined, right? And that Justice card denotes to it as well. There's a form of tie here between the both of you, right? You see each other in passing and you don't know why. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced. You just can't explain it. You just don't understand why. Especially if it's like maybe you don't even talk to this bitch again, but you're familiar because you see each other regularly, is what this feels like in passing, right? Your energies become intertwined. It makes no sense. And there's a form of comfort zone. It's like you get used to seeing someone, even if you're not interacting with them, you're used to seeing them, in which case you look forward to seeing them and vice versa, right? I feel like someone is going to break that sense of comfort zone that you two have, because Four of Swords also denotes to that sense of comfort zone. That Ace of Swords is we're cutting through this comfort zone, we're cutting through this sense of silence, and now we are planting a seed for potentially something more, right? So this feels like it could take a while because there's initiative of having to rip off the band-aid and having to actually initiate full on communication with each other, because this feels like something that starts off again in passing, like you're around each other, you get used to seeing each other and you don't know why you start feeling drawn towards the idea of this person, they you. And even if you're not really interacting with this person, and it's almost like they become a staple, but they also become embedded in your energy. It's like a seed, it's like the universe planting used to be around each other. And each time you see each other, you don't realize there's a sense of watering. Each passing, Six of Swords, and you see how he's in the water. Each passing denotes to use watering a form of seed you didn't even know was there until it becomes a form of binding between the both of you. You're intertwined with each other. And this is without so much as a word, right? And you get comfortable, you get used to it. I feel like it might take a while. So this is like one of those slow burn type things because it's a seed you didn't know was planted. And eventually, when a seed is planted, even if you don't realize you dropped the seed and it's been getting watered, eventually you'll start to see something stick up, take root, right? See, like plop up. But what comes up, what comes of this, what the seed is planting is something so much more than either of you could have possibly anticipated. It's just a matter of going from this silent song and dance to actually making it a bit more tangible, where okay, you know what, I can't, I just have to say something to them. I can't keep doing this because I feel like it's both of you, and I feel like someone is finally going to step forward and break something within the communication where there's actual communication, because again this feels like a slow grower where it starts off with just getting familiar with each other, being around each other's energy. So this could be someone, again, you see them at the farmers market or the gym or whatever store, right? Or even at work, right? But you don't really interact, but your energies become intertwined. And I feel like after this song and dance, someone is finally going to break the silence where it's planting a new seed, where now we're having actual interaction now. Where that goes from there, that's ultimately going to be up to the both of you. But this feels like something that's a slow grow. So do with that what you will. For some of you, this could already be around you. For some of you, this is what's to come. So do with that what you will. But Scorpio and eighth house is what I got for you. That's your read. All right. Next up, Ophiuchus and eighth house placements. All right, what do we have going on for Ophiuchus and eighth house placements? Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Remember, reciprocal energy. You want me to continue this? Then you need to show up on your end too. It's not just one-sided here, bitch. We don't do one-sided. You don't like one-sided in your relationships. I certainly as fuck don't. And we're definitely not going to do one-sided on here. And make sure you do that for all the other channels that you watch too. You know? All right, let's see. Ooh, hey sis. Way too many. That's like 5 cards. I'm not taking out 5 cards. All right. What does the fucus not see coming in love? Takes the crown. Spill the tea. Ooh, this is my confession. Ooh. Okay, so could be a bit of a confession coming through. I feel like someone's going to spill the tea, all right. Someone wants to tend to your garden. Oh, oh yeah. Someone wants to tend to the garden. Someone wants to lay it down because I heard lay it down with that crown. All right. This could be a new level unlocked between you and someone already around you. Just take it how it resonates. All right. Your energy. Devil came out again. 4 wands. King of Pentacles. This is kind of feeling like, are we going to do this or what? Some of you could be feeling a little feisty, a little frisky. Ooh. If anyone is involved and they feel like they're not happy with, okay, there's a bit of a novella here for those of you who are involved. If someone is involved, because this is your energy, if you're involved, you can feel like this connection is toxic, that you want out. Some of you, at the same token, this is like wanting to get out of one thing because there's something else. This is like telling, no, well, I don't love you. I love someone else, or I want to be with someone else, or I don't even want to be with you. Hopefully you're not involved and you're coming to find out, that there's someone else, or you're again, you could be telling someone that there's someone else. Some of you, there could be a form of tension between you and someone else. Could be a form of chemistry or sexual tension, sexual chemistry between you and someone else. Now, for some of you, just be careful because, like, if you're single and there's absolutely no one, some of you could be really heavily fixated on the idea of a relationship, finding that one. When am I going to be in a commitment? When am I going to be in a relationship? Right? So be careful of that. Because people don't realize if you're emitting this energy of, lack and not having, instead of just being open and receptive, you actually push it away. Think of, magnets, right? If you push it the wrong way, it's going to repel the other magnet, right? So just be careful of that. Some of you, if you're single and you're really kind of focused on, like fixated on, when am I going to find that one? No, 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 no. You could be repelling a connection because you're just so fixated on it that it's turning a bit negative in nature, in the energy. Let's see what to expect. Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Temperance, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Wands. Okay. Okay, so if you're single, absolutely single, see true, absolutely no one. I feel like you have that one that end all be all, but it's not on your time, it's in divine timing. Divine timing is heavily at play, heavily emphasized here. With that Temperance book ending the Seven of Pentacles, those are two cards of divine timing, right? You will have that one. It's just a matter of timing, right? Now, for some of you, maybe your one is involved and they need to get out of something. That doesn't mean that this is someone who, oh my God, I knew that they wanted to leave their partner for me. No, I'm not saying that. This could be perhaps you're on two separate timelines. Maybe you've never even met this bitch, but it's not just about when you're ready. The person that's meant for you, they have shit to do in their own life before you two can align and come together, right? It's not always that. Um, so just do with that what you will. Now, here's the thing. If you are involved, well, I mean, you'd have to get out of that first. This is like, well, if you're involved and you're not happy, whether it's because there's someone else that you want or you just want something different than this, something better than this, right? Well, I mean, if you're going to continue to stay in something that you're not happy in, then that's going to prolong your ability to align with something that is what you want or be with that one that you want, right? So do with that what you will. Hence, divine timing is heavily emphasized here. Some of you have to figure out what you want. For others of you, again, if you're absolutely single, there's absolutely no one, you know, you will have that one, right? We literally have the King and Queen of Pentacles, a match, a perfect match. It's just that it's not time. In the right timing, it will come together. It's just right now isn't it. But you do have that end all be all, the one to make it to the finish line. See, Ten of Pentacles is the one that you want because Ten of Cups can also denote too, it's a good idea, it's a good fantasy, but the Ten of Pentacles means it's actually real. This is like having the Ten of Cups in real life, right? So you can have that because now it's actually here. We're actually physically seeing this. This person is actually physically here. But again, for my singles, timing is at play before you and this person can come into alignment. Again, whether you have shit you have to handle or they have shit they have to handle. This does not have to be someone who you know. This could be someone who you've never met, you have yet to cross paths ever, because it's just not time for you two, because you're both living separate lives. You both have separate things to handle before you two can come together. Outcome. Four of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles came out again. Look at that. King of Swords. Okay, so Nine of Cups, Three of Wands to the Queen of Cups. Okay. Okay, so for those of you who are actively involved, perhaps, and all right, this is like when you cut your losses, that's what frees you up and opens you up to what you actually want, right? For those of you who there is something that you are connected in, but they're not who you want, and there is in fact someone else. This doesn't feel like a third party, someone having an affair. This feels like someone who, you could be with someone and then, you know you're not happy, they're not, and then someone comes along, and it doesn't mean that you're actually involved with them in any way. This person could even not have any idea that you feel like that about them, right? But it's like someone who's a form of catalyst to make you choose uh, yourself, choose love, choose to leave something that you're not happy in to go for something that you do deem as fulfilling, right? That's kind of what that's given. So for those of you who are in a situation like that, where there's someone else, but not someone who you've actually been involved with, it's like, maybe there's just someone that you have a thing for, but you kind of never went there because you are in fact involved elsewhere. This is you cutting your losses with the one to go to the other. And the other one has the ability to be something that, has that sense of longevity to it, right? Um, and again, if you're absolutely positively single, I feel like that one will come in You just have to stay open to it. Don't, all right, don't like, if you're someone who you're like kind of fixated on this idea of when is that one, again, you squeeze something too tight, it's gonna fucking suffocate, right? So this is like, you need to get your shit in check where it's like, don't focus on the when. Let go of the expectation. Just hold on to that sense of inner knowing and proceed forward. In the meantime, you handle what you gotta handle, and everything will come together in the timing it's meant to. For some of you, it's more so set for you to focus on your own shit right now, and this will come later in the line, because right now you have bigger fish to fry, focusing on your own shit, on yourself. Nine of Cups, it's a self-independent type of energy, right? So be mindful of that. And again, for those of you who you want something better, you're in something you're not happy in, but there is no one else, but you are wanting to leave where you're at. I mean, if you want someone who matches you, who aligns, but you're not happy with who you're with, it feels like, once you cut your losses, that frees you up. Some of you, it could even be that you're staying with someone for the sake of finances, in which case, this could be, you could finally cut your losses of that, where it's like, you know what, fuck it, it's not even worth it, right? Sometimes you just have to cut your losses. Some people will literally stay in whole ass connections that they are absolutely miserable in. They can't stand each other for a whole fucking lick of it. And it's only because of assets, or they're tied to each other, and well, it's cheaper to keep them, and this is like, you could end up like, you know what, fuck it, I just want to cut my losses, I just want out of this thing. So do with that what you will, but it's out there regardless of whichever side of the fence. So do with that what you will. I'm gonna leave that there because you got so many stories coming through with this one. Ophiuchus and eighth house, that's what I got for you. That's your read. All right. Hi, Anna. All right, just a minute. All right. Next up, Sagittarius. Just a minute, guys. Hold on. All right, just a minute, guys. I gotta check something right quick. All right, hold on. Okay, let me see. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, Sagittarius and ninth house placements. Make sure to smash that like button, y'all. All right. All right, don't forget, if you want to book a mini read, the link is pinned in the chat, jennifermorningstar.me. Make sure to get them in before the end of the read. We'll be doing the mini reads right after I finish the all signs. All right, so let's go. What do we have going on for Sagittarius in ninth house? Hmm. Some of you could be in this energy, you're finally getting to the point where you're getting over an old thing, getting over an ex or an old connection, For some of you, I feel like you're ready for that end all be all, that real deal shit, right? Some of you could be kind of looking in retrospect at this point where it's like you're looking back at, your ex, or, of lovers past, you're like, oh my God, what was I doing? I feel like a lot of you are severing ties towards past energy, whether that's a specific past person or just, a type, an energetic type. Maybe you were drawn to a certain type of energy and, it's almost like, oh my God, what was I thinking? Oh Lord, if you've been having difficulty getting over someone, again, I feel like that energy you're slowly getting over it, slowly and surely. And I feel like you're ready for that real deal. Feel like I'm talking to those of you who are very independent, could have been just basically focusing on yourself. I'm not saying you put yourself on a shelf, but it feels like you have just more so kind of self-focused. Um, it's like someone who believes in love, wants love. I feel like it's coming. But you know what it is? I feel like it's coming. It's just you needed to take this time to yourself to disassociate yourself from specific energies, whether this is a specific person that you kind of still held a thing for, right? Or you held onto the idea, like, come on, let's be real. 99.999% of tarot channels always focus on, they're gonna come back. Hold the door open. They're coming. Just keep waiting. You know why? Because that's what lines their pockets. Versus, if you actually focused on you, and I feel like I'm talking to someone who's been focusing on them, may there have been a part of you that held the door open, the ideas towards someone of your past, sure, right? But this is like someone who is finally letting go of that, right? Um, and I feel like there's been a need for you to basically be independent, be solo for however long you've been solo because you needed to finally let that energy out, let that go. Because think about it. How can you expect to open a new door if your foot is still in another, right? If you're wanting to walk through a new door, you have to take your foot out of the old one. But if you're still keeping that foot there, open for the idea of, well, what if, you know? You can't move forward if you're still peeking backward, right? It's a good way to trip over your face, and you don't want to do that. So I feel like there was a need to take time for yourself, and just kind of clearing your energy of, again, a past person or just, getting an old type, an old energy out of your system, an old taste. Like, think about it. I'm trying to the analogy of they say every 7 years your taste buds change, so things you like change, right? So I'm not saying you've had to wait for like 7 years, just going with the analogy, right? But it's like a way to, you need a time to kind of get something, get the flavor for something out of your mouth, regardless of whatever it's for, right? But that was needed because that's what opens you up to be receptive for that, whoa, what the fuck is that, All right, let's see. Knight of Wands, Page of Discs, Page of Pentacles. Um, to the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Feel called to pull them all out. Five of Cups, Nine of Wands. Okay. All right. Yeah. See, look, you're finally getting something, getting over something, getting it out of your system once and for all. See, but here's the thing. When you get over the one thing, you also have to make sure you're still open and receptive for something else, right? Um, okay. Okay. All right. Nine of Cups, Three of Wands, King of Cups. All right. So your energy, Knight of Wands to the Page of Discs to the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of you are just more so kind of focusing on yourself, I feel like with this Page of Pentacles, you see how he's holding two pentacles there? You know, I feel like a lot of you, maybe you've got burned, or you just feel like, there's really been nothing with staying power. It's like you might have dabbled in the idea or spoken to someone here and there, but at the same token, there was really nothing there that give a sense of longevity. Now, for some of you, maybe, a part of you held on to the idea of, some fuck bitch, fuck boy, fuck girl, whatever you want to call it, some fuck bitch, someone who has no staying power, to like kind of come back, or maybe they'll change, right? Maybe you'll hear back from them and they'll have changed again, because much as it's the Page of Pentacles, he's holding two pentacles denotes the dance of change, right? And in the meantime, it just feels like you're over it. I mean, look at her. She's like, you know what? I'm over it. I'm over it. I feel like you had to get to a point where you were finally over the idea of something, or over the flavor for something, right? You had to get the something out of your system, especially if part of you energetically was holding the door open, right? So I feel like this is the thing that's been kind of holding up the line in your love life moving forward. What to expect? 5 of Cups to the 9 of Wands to the World card. I feel like there's some form of disappointment that you've been holding on to, something that you've been holding on to pertaining to past, whether this is a past person in particular or a past experience that weren't that great, but you're closing out a cycle nonetheless. You're finally closing a door that, perhaps it's been difficult to close the door on this because it's been open for quite some time, because there's that energetic hold, right? Whether this is an energetic bound to a specific type or a specific person in general, but it's like finally gaining a sense of momentum, finally making it to the finish line. You're almost there. You are literally closing out a chapter, closing out a cycle in your life, right? But it's needed. That's why it feels like this is for someone who, again, independent, more so to yourself, but this time of self, and this is a time for you to figure out what it is you do want, what it is you don't want, what's going to get you those things, right? Especially if you have a knack for a specific type, or to keep, holding open the door for someone who you just know they have no staying power, and they are not what you want to be, what you want them to be. And it's like, you know what? You have to get to that point where you're finally done and you're ready to close the door completely. So this way you can open up for something new, be open and receptive to something new. Now, possible outcome. Well, I feel like if you're the type of person where part of you has held on to the idea of someone in particular, for a lot of you, it feels like it could be that, right? A past person in particular. It's almost like, what the fuck was I thinking? Because I'm literally seeing it where it's like, you see the 7 of Wands. This is someone who's like getting over this shit, right? This is making it to the top of the hill, right? And it's almost like the way I'm seeing it is like she taking this club and banging herself in the head. Male or female, doesn't matter. It's just the thing on the card, right? They're taking the thing and just boom, like, bitch, what the fuck was you thinking? Bitch, it's like, what's that? Homie, don't play that, right? It's like, bitch, we don't play that. I feel like there's a shift that comes within you, but without this shift, it wouldn't open the door for the potential of anything new, because you had to get over this other thing. Because think about it. It's all things are vibrational, right? All things are energy, right? And if a part of you is on a certain frequency, it's going to leave the door open for whether it's this person to come back, and then you're boom back to square one, right? Where you're disappointed, or if it's a particular type, here for a day, gone tomorrow, right? No staying power. When you finally cut a form of energetic cord that's been holding you to a certain vibrational match to these types, right? It's what makes it so this way they won't come towards you. Because think about it. When you have an energetic shift within yourself, the way you look at things change, when you are no longer a vibrational match. And a lot of people are like, what do you mean vibrational? What am I supposed to do? It's like, no. When you are in this place where a switch is flipped and you no longer find things that were once appealing, right? And you can even look back like, oh God, what was I thinking, right? Even if it's a particular person, or again, just this particular type, right? There's a shift within you, because the new version of you that no longer aligns with finding an appeal or attraction to that, you're on a different wavelength now, which means now these very disappointing bitches, these low vibrational ones, they are no longer a match for you, which means they're not going to come towards you because you are omitting your own frequency that becomes a form of repellent to deter this type. Hence the need for you to basically be on this journey by yourself right now, because right now what you're doing is focusing on the relationship with yourself, and you might not realize it, but you're healing something within you to finally sever ties to a specific vibrational match, so this way you no longer pull in that type, or you no longer go on that rodeo with that merry-go-round with whomever, right? So this way, when you do pull in something new, what you attract will be absolutely positively different from anything you've ever experienced. And you see, it's uncharted territory. So you are on the path towards being able to align with connections with people who are unlike anything you've ever experienced before, because it feels like this could be someone who, maybe maybe you scrape bottom of the barrel, right? Um, and that's not a dig or anything, we're all growing, we're all evolving, right? But this is you finally knowing your worth, not settling for less, but also more importantly no longer aligning with that stuff. Like, think about it. I hate to use this analogy, it's kind of gross, but think of flies to shit, right? Well, guess what? You're not shit, so you're not going to draw in that type of shit. You are elevating and drawing in, like, now you're elevating, and I'm drawn to the analogy of flowers and bees. Flowers smell much nicer, right? Bees are also resemblance of a sense of abundance. Abundance denotes to something that can have that sense of security, that long term, right? So you're leaving the one and you're upgrading to something so much better that has the potential to flourish. So do with that what you will. Sagittarius and ninth house is what I got for you. That's your read. All right. Let us see. Let us see. All right, next up, Capricorn and 10th house placements. Remember to make sure to smash that like button down below and book a private reading or book a mini read if you want to while the link is still up. I just added some more time because the read ran over. The time slots pretty much remove themselves as we go through the read. So let's see. What do we have going on for Capricorn and 10th house? Okay. I just heard Brian Sweets. Oh, we like that. Okay. Okay, so this is given like a breath of fresh air type of energy. Um, I feel like you could have someone coming through who's like a breath of fresh air. It's like what you see is what you get. They're an open book, right? Someone who you just click with, right? Could even start off friendly at first. Could even be something that starts off a bit platonic. But again, even that Taurus energy, this is like stable, secure. It could be an earth sign, could be a Virgo, could be Taurus. Um, someone who's predictable, someone who's reliable, someone who is consistent, right? This could even be someone you see every day in your every day-to-day routine with that Virgo card, right? Virgo denotes to our everyday routine, right? There could be something opening, some form of book starting, being start opening, start some start of blah, blah, blah. Can't fucking talk. What the shit? Some book just opening between you and someone else. You two starting a book. Someone who you see every day. All of a sudden, there's you getting to know someone, right? Maybe this is someone who you see on the day to day, and now you're exploring each other's own inner workings, picking each other's minds, having conversations, getting to know each other. And it's like a breath of fresh air. It's almost like I've never met anyone like this before. That's what that's given. All right, let's see. Hey Heidi, how are you, sweetheart? Oh, hello. Okay, side note, for some of you, you could be focusing on your career. Some of you could be literally leveling up in your career. Some of you could be business owners, entrepreneurs, or, a raise or promotion where you work. Literally Six of Wands to the Emperor to the Ace of Pentacles. There could be an increase of money. Wow, Four of Wands. Some of you could work from home. Um, some of you could just find yourself, you're in this really good place that you're ready. You're ready for the next thing, you know? Some of you, you're just opening up opportunities for yourself. Some of you, you're ready for the next thing. Some of you could be very successful or well-to-do. Now, some of you, you could be successful, you could be well-to-do, some of you could be well-known. You could be in this energy where it's like you could have anyone who you want. At the same token, if you're someone who, regardless of whatever you do, but this feels like that some of you, this could be tied to what you do, right? Maybe you're just very attractive, Six of Wands, Emperor, Ace of Pentacles, right? A real catch, right? At the same token, it's like you could have anyone you want. You could literally have people throwing themselves at you. Why does it feel like if you're the type of person where you normally have people throwing themselves at you, whether it's because of your looks or your status, your career, whatever, some of you all of the above, you're gonna, this is funny because this is like, especially if you're the type of person you normally have people just throwing themselves at you. You have a connection coming in, and I feel one of the things that's going to entice you about them is they don't. This is not someone who is vying for your attention. This is not a pick me, choose me. They do not throw themselves at you, in which case you can find yourself enticed and intrigued. And it's almost like, It's like someone who, if you normally have people throwing themselves at you and you don't got to do a lick of shit to, get anything, right? Or, get anything going with someone, this is the complete opposite where you might even feel a little out of your element because you would have to they would give you a bit of a run for your money because you would have to actually make some form of effort towards them or some gesture towards them. That's kind of what that feels like. Some of you could be attracting someone like that. You could be the one who's just not impressed, and you're attracting in someone like that. It could be someone through the job. um Take it how it resonates. Two of Pentacles, being kept on the toes, World card. Ace of Swords. This is different. I feel like there's something that's different. There's something different here. There's something different about you and this person, is what this feels like. Why does this feel like almost like again, it's a bit humbling is what that feels like. Again, if you're someone you're just used to people like, throwing themselves at you because of looks, status, career, or all of the above, right? And it's almost like, well, that's different. I'm not used to this, it's a bit humbling. It's a change, it's something that someone's not used to. It keeps you on your toes. But I feel like that's the thing that's enticing about this. And again, if you are that type of person, you're just not impressed, I'm literally hearing Shania Twain. That don't impress me much. I feel like if if you're the person who's just not impressed, maybe there's someone like that around. But again, this is your energy right here that I read over here. You could have that person all of a sudden making it a point to make some form of effort towards you or change the dynamic of the situation. It's almost like, you know what? Enough of this. I want to see what this person's about, right? You know. Um but I do feel it's more so of the latter for those of you who are, you know, because again, this is your energy. This is like someone who they got it all. They're like the whole kit and caboodle, right? This is someone who got their shit together, good at what they do, could run a business, could run their company, right? Good looking, attractive. People throw themselves at them, can have anything they want. For some, anyone, except for this bitch. That's what it's given. So again, if this is you, because that is supposed to be your energy, this is someone who's going to keep you on your toes because it's almost like, well, I'm not used to this, but I feel like I want to make it a point to get to know what this person's about. Maybe pick their brain for a bit, you know? That could be why this person comes off as such a breath of fresh air because it's like they're not a pick me, choose me, right? And again, you could flip it if you need to, you know. That could be the thing that entices them towards you because you're not a pick me, choose me. And that's going to entice them even more, you know. It's like think about someone who it's like they're used to like just, I impress people just by being me, just by looking pretty, just by flexing my car or, this or that, and it's like, yeah, that's what it's given. What's the outcome for these two? This is definitely breaking the ice where there's no communication, but there's a sense of breaking the ice. And it's something that's going to keep someone on their toes because it's almost like trying to get a motherfucker engaged. Five of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. See? Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands. It's like the more disinterested a bitch seems, the more invested someone becomes and the more attracted they become to it too. That's what this feels like. I feel like for a lot of y'all, you got someone who is just like they come off as disinterested because they're not like the type to throw themselves at people or pick me, choose me, or any of that, right? Again, you can flip it if you need to, take it however it resonates, but I'm reading the energy that sits on the table. And again, what helps decipher whose side is whose is this is literally your energy that I pulled. But this is like becoming more and more invested. And it's almost like feeling like you have to get a bit creative as well, in a sense. It's almost like, look at this, Ace of Wands to the Empress to the Moon card. Because this person holds themselves on their own form of pedestal, right? Where it's like they're not in competition with anyone. They're definitely not a chaser with this full feminine energy. Male, female doesn't matter, but we have the Empress to the Moon. That is literally full-fledged attracting feminine energy. So it's like it don't matter how good you look, it don't matter how much you make, it don't matter what you got, what your status is. This bitch is not gonna go fucking chasing shit. It's like, well, that's nice. Anyway, back to me, and I feel like that's the thing that kind of lures you in even more. um Again, the more disinterested they seem, the more invested you become, the more attracted you become as well. So it feels like something that keeps you on your toes. um could it have the potential for something? I mean, sure, um but this feels like someone who they are more so someone of depth. Think of the waters of the moon, right? That's something of depth, right? So superficiality will not do it for this person. So do with that what you will. But it feels like this is something that you're going to find yourself invested for. You're invested with that Knight of Pentacles dead in the center. This is like you're invested. No, fuck this shit. I want in on this. I want to see where this goes because I ain't never had to deal with shit like this before. I ain't never had a motherfucker say no to me or just, completely disregard me and, act like I was fucking nothing, treat me like I was an everyday Joe Schmo. It's humbling in nature. It's kind of funny. So do with that what you will. But Capricorn and 10th house is what I got for you. That's your read. All right. All right. Next up, Aquarius and 11th house placements. Just a moment, guys. Mhm. All right. Aquarius and 11th house placements. Don't forget to smash that like button, y'all. All right, what do we have going on for 11th house and Aquarius? Some of you could just be here for your 11th house. All right. Ooh, Pisces. Wow, I burn for you. Uncharted territory. This is feeling like you, all right. This feels like you could find yourself becoming intertwined with someone where it feels like they are the yin to your yang. I'm getting yin and yang with the fish. Neptunian energy with the Pisces there, right? Burning passion, happily ever after, feeling intertwined, feeling something unlike anything you've ever experienced before. I feel like you have a connection that you're pulling in and it's going to feel like unlike anything you've ever experienced before. You're not going to, wow, it's brand new. It's not someone you know. This is new. There's absolutely no romantic history here. I could hear someone crying. I was like, no, it's got to be Bobby or Becky Joe Sue. And it's like, they're my twin flame. No, bitch, it's not them. Stop with that twin flame shit. So many people throw that fucking word around and use it to, hold themselves to one-sided connections or toxic connections. No, I gotta let them treat me like shit because they're my twin flame. No, bitch. They're a fucking karmic lesson with a great big ribbon that you don't want to fucking see. Anyway, maybe someone needed to hear that. What do we have going on? Three of Wands. There we go. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. I feel like a lot of you are in this energy where it's like, you're open and receptive to whatever lies ahead, but in the meantime, you're just more so kind of focused on your own forward movement, your own forward path. This is like someone who's just busy living their own life, busy existing, doing their own thing, right? Focusing on their future, focusing on the path ahead that doesn't even have anything pertaining to love, right? You're just more so focused on on the forward path for yourself, right? It's usually when you're not looking for it that something like this comes in and fucking bitch slaps you. That's what this feels like. Because this feels like something that will come in when you're not even looking for it because you're just more so focused on everything else, you know? Ace of Swords, Nine of Wands. Who goes there? King of Pentacles. Why does it feel like you're going to find yourself caught off guard, feeling a bit guarded as well? It's like, who goes there? Tower. I told you, something hits unlike anything other. You can meet someone. I don't know how you meet this person, but somewhere along the way, this person is going to come into your life. Can even feel like you don't know how you know, but you just know, even if you don't know, but you do know. There's something about this person. Oh, you know what else is going to do it? There's something about this person. You're going to feel safe around this person. You're going to feel like you can let this person in. They're going to slip through the cracks. Nine of Wands for me also denotes to, when we can have up a wall, we're a bit guarded or closed off. At the same token, someone comes around, we find ourselves talking with someone, dealing with someone, around someone, right? And somehow they tend to slip through our own defenses, slip through the cracks unexpectedly. Deborah Cox, how did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. I tried that love thing for the last time. My heart said, no, nobody's supposed to be here. But you came along and changed my mind. So what to expect is you're going to be caught off guard because this person is going to slip through the cracks. They're going to slip through the cracks. They're going to slip through your defenses. And I feel like one of the ways that that is possible is because this is someone with whom you do feel safe around. You do feel comfortable. This is someone who brings a sense of ease. This is not, so you're not going to look at this person in a romantic sense when they first enter your life. You're gonna view they're gonna enter your life around a time when you're more so closed off and just more so self-focused. At the same token, there's a sense of ease around this person where you just feel safe, you feel comfortable within their presence. But it's somewhere within that sense of comfortability that they are actually able to slip through the cracks and work through your defenses, in which case, something turns from nothing to literally, what the fuck is that? So they are able to slip through the cracks, slip through your defenses, and you two are going to become intertwined, interwoven. It's something that sneaks through the fence. It slips through the fence. Possible outcome. Seven of Cups, the Hermit, Four of Pentacles, Sun card. Hmm. I feel like this starts off where, you know how I was drawn to the Neptunian energy of Pisces, right? I feel like it's something that starts off in an energetic sense because it slowly slips through the cracks before it evolves to something more. You can meet this person around the summer. This could be someone, it's going to start off with no talking, is what that feels like. But it feels like you're around this person. Very practical energy. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. It's when you're not looking is when it finds you and it seeps in. And I feel like the more this, I don't know what your interaction is going to be with this person, but somehow they're going to find a way to slip through your defenses. It could even just be on an energetic stance somehow, it's one thing and all of a sudden it's, evolving and morphing, right? I'm drawn to literally seeing fish like kind of swim. I'm seeing like literally even the figure eight, like the infinity symbol, right? It's like, so it's given the energy of something that was always kind of meant to evolve and come into this thing. Um, I feel like this is something that you're going to sit with before you ever pop the lid off of this thing. It's like a sit and simmer. I'm literally seeing like with that Four of Pentacles, it's like a lid to the pot with the Seven of Cups, Scorpio and Venus. Someone got a Scorpio, why can't I talk? Someone could have a Scorpio Venus. With that Hermit card, this is something that kind of sits and simmers within, right? Your own inner workings. It slips its way through until it's ready. Because that Sun card is given like, boom, it's done. It's ready to come out of the oven or come off the stove. So this is something that's it's going to be a bit of a slow cook, a slow simmer is what I want to say. Because I feel like you're going to find yourself around this person first. This could be someone you deal with in your everyday to day, right? At the same token, you're not looking at this person in a form of romantic sense. Now, are they you? I don't know. It's not telling me. This is more so focused when it comes to you. It's giving me more so energy towards you, right? I feel like this is something that you're going to sit with, and it's like their energy starts to seep into yours, right? It starts to become like a bit of a slow burn, slow simmer until boom, pot's ready to come off. Now, there could be, see, I feel like I do. Look at that. The sun has eyes. I feel like this person could actually have their eyes on you and intentions on you, but you just, because you're so more so self-focused, you're closed off, you're not really seeing them seeing you. Hence, it has to evolve this way where it's like a slow simmer for their energy to seep into yours. And again, I'm drawn to like if you put something on the pot on a on the stove on a slow simmer, you put the lid on the pot until it's ready to boil to the surface, right? And once it's done, boom, now now you're going to be in this energy where you're open and receptive towards if they were to take a form of action towards you. Because think about it. If you're more so closed off and self-focused, you're not going to notice this person. Hence, having that sense of comfortability, and which where it's like you're getting a sense of familiarity around them, and slowly and surely their energy is able to seep into your energetic bubble, and it kind of slow cooks until it's ready to come to the surface, where all of a sudden, boom, now you're noticing them. Because if you're not noticing them and you're just more so self-focused, you're not having your sign on. Whereas if you're finally ready and open receptive, because now you're actually noticing them, now that makes you open and receptive for any form of action they would want to take towards you. But if you're not in that energy where you're open and receptive, so I feel like that's why this has to play out. So you have something that's going to play out as a form of a slow cook, slow simmer, to get you open and receptive for what is to come. So do with that what you will. But Aquarius and 11th house is what I got for you. That's your read. Hey, Bree. Hey, Aqua. Hey, Mandy. Hey, Jacob. All right. Last and most certainly not least, Pisces and 12th house. Just a minute, y'all. Throat's getting dry. It's that time of year. All right. All right, make sure to smash that like button, y'all. Remember, reciprocal energy. You like this content, then keep on clicking that like so I can continue it. If you want to book if you want to book private readings, there's 2 weeks left. JenniferMorningstar.me until they close out for good. And mini reads, they're open now until I close out the live. So I'll be doing mini reads right after Pisces. All right, what do we have going on for Pisces and 12th house? What does Pisces and 12th house not see coming in love? Hmm. Ooh. Okay. Some of you could have Leo coming your way. This could be someone who this feels like a very public connection. You could have a connection coming in where someone is in the public, someone is in the spotlight. You could be someone in the public in the spotlight. This is a connection in which you two will thrive. Could be a power couple. You could both be someone in the spotlight. I'm getting very public. All right. A very loyal person, a loyal connection. This is like ride or die by your side. Someone you can overcome, someone who's willing to ride it out, overcome the challenges that life throws side by side. It's like that analogy where it's like, you want someone who, if it came down to, you against the world, you want to know that they're by your side and you're not having to be you against them versus everyone else too, right? Someone who has your six. Hey, Orlist, how are you, baby? King of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, the Moon card. There you are. All right, hold on. Star card. Wow. I told you someone could be in the public, bitch. Ten of Swords. Oof. A High Priestess. Four of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. That's that ride or die till the end. Ace of Swords. Ten of Cups. Okay, so your energy. King of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles to the Moon card. I feel like a lot of you, you're ready. You want someone to share it with. You want a connection that is, equal, reciprocal. Some of you could be focusing on your money, your practicality, your everyday, just getting by. But I do feel like there is a heavy emphasis on connection here, where some of you could, wanting that one to share a life with, right? To share things with. But you want someone who is going to be your equal. I feel like you're ready for the one so long as this is someone who matches you, who it's equal, it's reciprocal, right? Not one-sided, not someone who's going to just use you for whatever they gain out of you, or just, take advantage of you. Someone who meets you halfway, someone who wants the same things as you. What you can expect. Well, star card booking the high priest the high priestess with the ten of swords dead in center. Now with the ten of swords, you got to note that the ending of a cycle comes and then a brighter day is on the horizon, right? So I feel like the worst is behind you. I feel like I'm talking to someone who connections were not the best in the past, with that ten of swords dead in center. This is like you've closed out a cycle, you've closed out a chapter in your life where the worst is behind you. But here's the thing. You have to get into that place as well where you have this sense of inner knowing that the worst is behind you. You already been there, done that, got the t-shirt, that history is not going to repeat itself, right? You know, hence, you could be this type of person. The high priestess is a bit unobtainable. It's the unobtainable person, right? Where not just anyone can have access to you. And you're not looking for just anyone. You're looking for the one, that one, right? Well, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it and then some. Star card high priestess. Um, Some of you are done with the zeros and you're getting with the heroes. Some of you could be pulling in someone who is well to do. Now, again, if you're like well to do in the sense of like someone who is well known, right? Well known in the public standing, whether this is you're just well known within or they're well, some of you could be the other way. Take it how it resonates. Someone who's well known within their community, right? Or, could be someone who's well known amongst the public. With that star card, high priestess, someone who comes off a bit unobtainable, right? You could be unobtainable, you can be obtaining someone who is more so deemed as unobtainable, someone who has a bit more of a presence. Take it how it resonates. Um, but it does feel like, regardless, there is a shit chapter closing. You're on the dawn of a new day, of a much better experience. We're going from the Ten of Swords to the Ten of Cups, right? But this all stems from you being in a good place and healing and having that sense of inner knowing and trust in your own sense of discernment that the worst, regardless of how bad you might have experienced in the past, you have to have that sense of inner knowing that that is done, that that's truly done. Because if a part of you still holds on to that, that's going to fuck up your manifestation for that good shit, right? You know, it's like fucking up your own recipe, right? So once you're in this place and you've healed and you have this sense of inner knowing, like, yeah, I've dealt with shit experiences in the past before, but you know what? That's over. That's done. And whatever comes in, it's going to be it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. Well, guess what? That's what you're pulling in for yourself. Could even be surprised at what you land. Possible outcome. Four of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. I feel like you're going to find that one that is that end all be all, that one that makes it to the destination, that one that has that staying power, right? Um, wow. For some of you, could end up in a situation where it's like love at first sight. You just know. It's like just knowing. I feel like you're going to meet someone and you're just going to have the sense of inner knowing. This is it. This is my person. This is the one. And it all comes from having that sense of discernment and inner knowing where you know that the worst is over. So you know what comes next is going to be great. And that sense of inner knowing is pulling in that sense of certainty where the next one, you're just going to have the sense of knowing. You're just going to know. This literally is the one that has the potential to cross the threshold to the finish line, has the staying power. So trust your own sense of discernment when this person comes into your life. But I feel like you do have a good sense of discernment, and that's one of the things that's going to lead you to each other, bring this connection into your life. Because it all stems from you doing the groundwork within yourself first. Because it starts off with you doing the groundwork within yourself. Because think about it. If you water weeds, where if you go through a bad experience, so you water the idea, well, they're all going to be bad experiences here on out. It's like, on a name we say, we don't do that. We're going to only water seeds. Fuck those weeds. We know that this is not going to be, just because you had a bad day doesn't mean you have a bad life, right? And not every experience is meant to be bad. But we had to go through this to be able to get to this. So there's a sense of inner knowing and understanding, transmutation of energy. And that's what brings one of the most amazing connections you never could have fathomed coming your way, is what that feels like. You're just going to have the sense of inner knowing when you meet this person. You're just going to know. Let's do with that what you will. Pisces and 12th house is what I got for you. That's your read. Hey, Christina. Happy Easter, sweetheart. All right, my loves. Well, with that said, thank you all for joining me. I hope you all have a fantastical rest of your day, rest of your night, whatever time it is where you are. I love you all. Be well, be safe, and I will see you all on the next one. Timestamps will be posted at the end of the read. Right now, I'm going to go on to mini reads. So remember, if you want to book a mini read, there should be some spots open. I don't know. Are there? I don't know. There might be some spots open still because they automatically time out. So let me see. No, there's not. All right. Well, I'm going to do the mini read that we have now. If anyone else wants to order while I'm doing it, then go ahead. I'll put in some more timestamps just in case. 3. All right. Let me just do that for now. Is it showing? Okay. All right. You're welcome, baby. Thank you for joining, my love. All right. All right. Myra, my love, I gotcha. All right, just a moment. All right. All right. All right. Good things coming to Myra in the next 6 months. What are some of the good things coming to Myra in the next 6 months? Eh, your confidence is going to be through the roof. Could even be something pertaining to your looks. I don't know if you are feeling more confident because you're doing things to denote, working out or something like that, switching up your aesthetic, fitting into different clothes or just changing up your style, right? I feel a form of transformative energy. I feel like you're going through a form of change. I feel like your looks are changing, your aesthetic. I feel like your confidence is boosting. It could be even a bit of an increase in your money. I had to giggle at this one because there could even be a situation where there's a form of spin the block. Someone from your past comes around to spin the block. This could even be like a moment where you kind of, it's like you get to be the one to close the door on the situation, right? If someone basically, did you wrong or treated you like shit or whatever, now they're trying to spin the block back your way, and it's like, kind of you kind of get the higher up in that situation. All right, let me see. I mean, what? 7 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Pentacles. There's changes. You could be changing things when it comes to your routine. I feel a few things. Whatever you've been thinking of doing, do it. Now more than ever is the perfect time to strike while the iron's hot, especially we're in Aries season and between the 16th through the 18th, I believe, we're going to have several planets all in Aries, right? Not only that, every planet is direct. So now more than ever, if you've been feeling called to do something, now is the time of action to take that action. This is all about new beginnings. This could be a very transformative time in your life. I feel like there's going to be changes across the board pertaining to you when it comes to your income, but also you, how you show up, you know? Again, this could be towards looks. If you're getting into, maybe you're starting to go to the gym or take walks or something, physical fitness. Getting out there more. Now more than ever, especially right now while we're in Aries season, whatever you're feeling called to do, whatever you're feeling compelled to do it. This is the time to strike while the iron's hot. If you strike while the iron is hot, it's going to benefit you greatly down the line. Whatever you put your energy towards, whatever you're feeling inclined to do it, because right now the universe is basically giving you, this is the iron, strike it while it's hot. The wheel is the wheel of fortune. That's basically the universe backing you up with a form of blessing for any form of action you take pursuant to whatever the endeavor is. Whether this is you have goals that you want to reach for yourself when it comes to your looks, or goals that you want to make financially, right? Whatever you want to put your energy towards that you feel inclined to do, answer the calling, because the universe is basically backing this shit up right now. Um, you could meet someone. Page of Pentacles, Moon card, Judgment. You could have something old, something new. You could meet someone new, but at the same token, I do feel something coming around the block. Now, there could also be some form of opportunity that comes back that presents itself again, because fish also denote to a sense of abundance, money, right? There could be some form of opportunity that presents itself again. This could be something pertaining to a work situation, in which case you could decide if you want to do this thing. Now, there could be something that you've wanted to do that you kind of held off on the idea of. Maybe this is your own personal career pursuit, whether this is switching up jobs or, applying for something else, or if there's something you've wanted to be pursuant of pertaining to where you could be your own boss, right? Um, if there's something that you have been feeling compelled to do and you've held off on it, or there was something that you kind of shelved the idea of, now might be the time. It would be an opportune time for you to take something off the shelf and revisit it, whatever that is for you. Now tell me more about the X. I feel like it's spin the block. Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Full card, Knight of Wands. Okay, so you got someone coming in. This is someone coming in. This is like someone who feels like you have a revolving door for them. So you have someone coming through to spin the block. This honestly feels like someone who feels like, it's a bit of a revolving door. They can come back in whenever they want. This is someone who has absolutely no staying power. This honestly feels like someone who's just looking to hit it and then quit it, right? Maybe sex was the only thing that y'all really had, and even that wasn't that good, right? But they could try to come in, try to act like they have a changed energy, wanting to see if you're naive enough to go for it again, to go on the rodeo again, or give them another. That's kind of what that feels like. In which case, you'll be the one who has the ability to slam the door on this and finalize it once and for all, right? Um, in which case, if this person views you as a bit naive or a fool, willy-nilly, in which case they can come and go whenever they please. This is them gonna backfire, because that Four of Pentacles denotes of, yeah, no, we're cutting that shit right off, and now you're the one who's gonna be looking stupid and feeling stupid because, yeah, no, oh yeah, you changed. Well, guess what? So have I, honey. There's the door. Um, But yeah, it feels like there's whatever you're feeling inclined to do it. Now is the ample time to strike while the iron is hot. The universe is backing you. The wheel of fortune is there to bestow blessings upon whatever actions, whatever you want to invest your time and energy into. Whether this is energy into yourself, your looks, energy towards a form of endeavor, whatever it is you feel called to invest your energy into, do it, because the universe is going to bless you for whatever these actions are. I'm not saying you're going to, wake up to a blessing overnight. No, Seven of Pentacles denotes to a form of long-term investment, right? So whatever you put your energy towards now, as long as you stick with it, right? There will be some form of rewards, some harvest to be had, right? could take several months, several years. It depends on what it is. Whatever your endeavors are. Um, July and September could be of significance for you. There could be some signs of harvest or results or whatever it pertains to around July, between July through September, especially. I'm drawn to. Um, could even be October, but 7 and 9 are heavily emphasized to me. But that's what I got for you, my love. I hope that helped. All right, let me see. All right, my loves. All right, I don't see anyone else. So with that said, I am gonna hightail it out of here. All right, let me see. All right. Okay, my loves. So with that said, I'm gonna hightail it. No one else wanted to read, right? You're welcome, Conchetta. You're welcome, Myra. And thank you, my loves. All right, I'm gonna hightail it out of here then. I hope you all have a fantastical rest of your day, rest of your nights. Give me about 15, 20 minutes to get all the timestamps done, and then they'll be pinned at the end of the thing. I love you all. I hope you all have a fantastical rest of your day, rest of your night, whatever time it is where you are. Be well, be safe, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, my loves.